Hey! Hey guys! Hello, we're live. It's Terry here from Smoo's Workshop, live to you from Smoo's Cave, along with my fellow cave members this evening. We're a bit light on people tonight, but I'll just let them come across. We have our resident Orcadian all the way from way up in the really snowy bit, up just past Scotland near the moon. Scott Sutherland.
No.
And yes, it's Ant McFarlane. He's back again this week. Resident Scouser is Mr. Mike Mountain.
Evening all. How you doing?
And tonight we have the usual Mr. Dave Weiser-Barker, but also a very special guest. We have Dave Weiser-Barker and his son Tommy.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Yeah, so
Hi, Tommy.
Reese is away on ambulance duties tonight. Colin's not been feeling very well, so he might be in later, might not sure. So it's basically us with you tonight. I don't know who else might pop in a little bit later on, but you're going to have to make do with us. Right, so I'll just a quick shout out to the people in chat. Tony Black is the first one I can see on my screen that says second. He seems to be first. So even Tony, get the teeth in. We've got Rattlecan Rebel doing the usual Festa 67 rocking the house tonight. Yeah, Festa's not keeping very well. He's going into hospital next week for his operation, so don't know if he's going to pop in or not. John Bennett's in. Would that be 3 sheets? Gordon Bennett. Gordon's alive.
Benny, it's John.
It's John. I'm just scrolling down through the chat. These guys have been in early. Kenneth M is in. Good morning all the way from Australia.
He's the first.
Good day.
Yep.
Good day.
Quite an interesting one. He's saying the best thing about modelling is when you can't sleep, there's usually a UK streamer hangout that's modelling related. How good is that? Stephen Whittingham is in. He's saying evening, folks. Evening, Stephen.
Hello.
Chris Henderson's in. Evening, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Kenny Fenn says he's living the dream. I can't believe you actually set an alarm so you can watch a hangout, but yeah, thanks very much for that. So John's obviously looking at getting to sell a PC. He was in chatting with us through the week there, so that was a load of chat between John and Mike about PCs. And JS Idaho's in. Good evening, good morning and evening, all he says. So JS Idaho, how you doing? Tony Black jumped out his freaking skin. Why? What happened?
We just started.
Nelly P350, totally new to modelling, just bought my first kit and looking for how to go with it. 135 Tamiya Chieftain. Be a nice easy wee kit. Tamiya just fall together, just pour the glue in the box, give it a wee shake, out comes the model. Usually with Tamiya, if it doesn't go together, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Who else have we got? I think that I've got Kenneth M said he was first. Yeah, okay, Kenneth, because there was so much chatting, it kind of cuts off at a certain point. So Kenneth M was first in, and Davey UK is in. Evening, Smoo. Evening, all. Evening, Davey.
Hey,
Expat Spain's in. Hi, Smoo and the crew.
Right. How's sunny Spain?
I think Spain's got snow like us, is it not? Ooh. And John Bennett saying his bug came this morning. Yeah, so if you hadn't noticed, the first thing I'll say is if you've, there's 20 viewers in just now, if you have joined us via the Facebooks and you're watching us in the little screen that pops up, do click the little YouTube icon at the bottom. It'll take you to the YouTubes and you can interact with us in the big chat. Expat saying it's wet. Yes. It's really bad snow here now. I'm just looking for my kit box. There it is. So Wednesday this week. Now we were going to wait until Colin was ready to start the build, and he's not been keeping too great because obviously he's got to go in for his operation and everything. So I was hoping he was going to be in to take over this part of it, but we did start a build on the dungeon. Hopefully, can make that out. It is the Airfix starter kit of the 132nd scale Volkswagen Beetle, and some of you guys in the dungeon, fellow dungeoneers, have decided to take part in it's a group build, buddy build, whatever you want to call it. Take part with us and build the Beetle. There's no rules. It's just basically build the kit, scratch build, Dio, anything you want to do to it, and create yourself an album in the dungeon. Upload your pictures to it and let us see how you're getting on. So I'm going to feature some of the dungeon stuff a little bit later on. I've made a bit of a start to it, but I've not really got very far yet. What else? I have hit 500 subs on YouTube, which is the first for me. Started the channel up about 3 years ago and took about a year out. So I'm up to 500 subs now. So thanks very much, everybody that's subbing. So I'm just going to catch up in the chat and then we're going to see what the guys are up to. Right. Tony Black was saying he was painting a space marine or a space marine, he calls them. And thanks for that.
I don't know what's more terrifying, a space marine or a space marine.
A space marine, aye. Thanks for that sub, Kenneth M. It looks like I might be at 501 now. Nelly P350 is in Nottingham. What else have we got? It's wet. Frankie goes to Hobbywood. Good evening, Frankie. Watching the show at work. He's watching the show at work. We'll not tell your boss, but we'll try and be quiet so you can't hear. Shane Young's in. Good evening, Shane. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all warm and well. Yeah, well, it's Baltic out there. All our shops up here in Scotland. I'm in the M8 corridor between Glasgow and Edinburgh, near Bathgate. There is no milk, there is no bread, there's no fresh fruit, veg. Thank goodness for rustlers, microwave meals, burgers and that, because there would have been no food for me to eat. So I've seen posts going up on Facebook, people selling a slice of bread for £1,000 and the last bottle of milk and all that carry on. So yeah, it's quite crazy up here.
We need a problem down here, Smoo, down in South here, where it's terribly posh. There was nearly a food riot in Waitrose that were running short of falafel and hummus.
Oh no, they weren't having a food fight over hummus. Oh,
yeah, there was nearly a food riot. What is the world come to?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Well, I don't know how many people saw the video of those guys in Ireland going
that
crazy going in the middle in the snow with the digger.
They stole the JCP and pulled the building down.
Yeah.
That's desperation.
They're driving up and down the street in a dump truck, throwing snowballs out of the bucket on the front.
Oh, but did you see them trying to break the safe with the JCB? They had the safe in the middle of the street. Yeah. In the middle of the street in front of everybody. Look, we'll break your safe open. You can all get money out of it. Yeah. Only in Ireland, to be sure. Kenneth M is saying, can you call it work if you're watching YouTube? Well, Scott does it, so yeah.
Yeah. Depends what channel you're watching. Some channels have hard work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You keep a hand or two free, possibly. Yeah. Expat Spain.
Only on days when I'm not horrendously busy at work. Yeah.
Expat Spain saying it's wet, but we need it here in the south. What, Marty Pello's in the south of Spain at the moment, is he? Yeah. Right, okay.
Oh, dum.
Jared B's in. Evening all. Evening, Jared. Jared is in Murica, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Kenneth M is saying 501 now, just sub. Thanks, Kenneth. Ronald Borg is in. Good evening, Ronald. He says, good evening, everyone.
Hello. Hi, Ronald.
Good evening.
Rattlecan Rebel saying, what's smooing?
Sure?
What's this, John Bennett saying? A space Maureen has red hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's in a space Maureen. Yeah, has red hair. Christopher Conybear's in. Good evening, Christopher. He says, evening, guys.
Hello, Chris.
Now, I'll see if I can get this pronunciation right. Kenneth M is building a Halcyon Predator 2 kit whilst his anime figures primer dries. Ooh. Halcyon Predator 2? That's sci-fi. I don't know what that is, though. Is that a Halo thing?
That'll be a specimen thing, probably.
Oh, specimen.
Or is it a Predator from the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Predator, yeah.
It's something a wee coffee there out of my Smoo Industries approved coffee receptacle. Lovely. Right, so Christopher Convey's in. Evening, guys. Frankie goes to Hobbywood. No rescue mission at the moment, so I can do what I want. No rescue mission. Oh, right, okay.
Together.
And Kenneth M says, he's laughing at Dave. Yes, some videos are a chore to watch. Tony Black's going Colonel Space Maureen. And
Colonial.
Oh, Colonial Space. I need to. Can I have
It's from these aliens movie.
Movie Predator. Yes, Idaho saying. So yeah, because we've got a special guest in tonight, and he's probably going to be champing at the bit. I'm going to go across to our good friend Dave Weiser Gone Barker, because his son is in with them tonight, and he wanted to come in the live feed. So this is his YouTube debut, and he's got his own kit that he's working on beside his dad. So I'm going to put Dave up on the big screen with a special guest Tommy, and we'll find out what they're up to. So that should be you on the big screen, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hiya, Tommy. Everybody get a hello,
Hey, Tommy.
in the chat. Hiya, Tommy.
Well, I'm doing my build, and Tommy's doing what are you building, Tommy?
A GR7 or have
you? Yeah.
have you?
A GR7. He's doing Harrier jump jet that Mike sent him.
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Smile on your face.
Tommy, no problem, mate.
Look.
Tony Black said, hi, Tommy. Kenneth has said, hey, Tommy. Oh, wow.
We're
Coming
on
on with that,
stage number 3 now. We've got the fuselage together and the pilot in and the wheels.
Plus
Oh, well done, Tommy.
They're brilliant, they kits.
John Bennett said, hi, Tommy.
He's only been at that 10 minutes, isn't he? And he's got it all. These are really great for getting your kids into modelling, these clipped together starter kits, aren't they?
You got the Revell Snap Tight. These are quite good. And the Airfix Quick Build, which are basically a Lego kit. This is his. This is one he made last week.
That's cracking, that. Shark's Mouth, Smoo Industries approved.
Shark's Mouth, Smoo approved. It's basically Lego with Airfix branding. So, all right. If you got, if you want to get your young ones in, your children or your grandchildren into the hobby, it's a good way of starting. So, and we like doing them, don't we, Tommy?
Yeah.
Spend a bit of time together. I'm doing my Beetle.
Have you,
car?
Yeah. So mine is.
Dave, I know you're quite a quick builder.
Yeah, I've slowed down for you because
Yeah.
So this one is going to be a customised Beetle. Some young lads bought it. He's got his. If you can see that.
Yeah, I can see that in the bottom. Yeah, his big subwoofers and that in the boot.
Yeah, he's got his 2 8-inch subs in the back and his amp in there.
I know you've done something with a carpet on that, Dave. That's.
Yeah, it's flop carpet.
Yeah.
So he's had a proper.
How'd you put that stuff on?
Basically, I use the old. Well, I watched lots of people on YouTube doing it. Humble enamel.
Mm-hmm.
Painting that on while it's wet, and then using I just use a sieve and sieve the charcoal flock onto it.
Right.
Tap it off, leave it to dry, and there's your carpet.
Cracking.
And then he's had a custom paint job done on his Beetle.
I like that. The lines aren't coming. You're putting photos up in the dungeon on that. The 2 separate lines aren't quite coming up on that because it's kind of whitening out in the camera. But yeah,
there's 2 separate lights. Yeah.
I think white stripe and thin stripe.
I'm working on the Tamiya Skyline. But I've had a bit of an accident this evening. I've got the interior's done, the engine's done, all the underneath. I primed the body, sprayed it white, left it 24 hours, masked it off, and then decided I was going to use this as the main colour, which is Mr. Hobby Blue Green Metallic.
Yeah.
And then on opening the pot, I realised I didn't quite have enough.
That's the one you did the bike in, didn't you? Aye.
It is, yeah. So I thought, well, I haven't got quite enough of that, so I'd try something I've got lots of, which is Humble Acrylic 5003, which is like a dark green colour.
Yeah.
I tried to put it through the airbrush. It was a bit thick. I watered it down. I don't know whether it reacted with water, this Humble Acrylic. I don't know. It's very old.
Mm-hmm.
But it started to have a bit of a funny effect on the body of the car, so I've stopped.
Is it crazy?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick it in a bath of Dettol or something.
Dip it and strip it. Yeah.
Strip it, start again. Yeah. So
That's a shame.
I'll nip back to my local shop on Thursday and I'll get myself another bottle of that and we'll do it with that.
And start again. Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, these things happen, don't they? This modelling. No, that's it then. I'm done now. See you later.
Tommy! See
Oh,
you later.
oh,
See you
Chris
later,
is in.
Tommy.
Hey, Chris.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Chris is in.
Evening, the world.
Good evening, Chris. Chris from Gross Models is in the night. By the way, the toolbox seems to be working again.
I've just noticed everybody's got banners up. I'll
Yeah.
play around and see if I can get mine working. There it is. There you go.
How's things at your end? I believe you've been rushing about looking after your wife, but otherwise everything else okay?
Back to board, middle of the night, but yeah, all good.
You all right, is she?
Sorry, what?
I said, she all right, is she?
Yeah, as all right as ever.
How's the snow down in London, mate?
It's all gone.
Is
It
it?
was there this morning, and now it's just nothing. It's
We-
plain and boring.
I still can't get out the streets. There's no bread. There's no milk. There's
Really?
people selling slices of bread for £1,000. It's ridiculous.
I'll have to take a trip up. No, it's fine. Went shopping yesterday. Normal, no different than normal now down here now. So
No mad buying. See, we get proper snow up here in Scotland, Ken. None of it. Use lightweights down there, you know. The
3 flakes.
top and everything. I'm just going to catch up and chat for a little bit, Chris, and we'll get on to you in 2 seconds. Right, so Nelly P350 says he's looking for an airbrush. What do you all use? I've seen Dave on Facebook and his cars all look good. I myself like the I want a Revolution CR. I've got 2 of them. I use one for my clear coats and they're quite forgiving because they've got a nice trigger feel to them. Some people think they're hard to clean. I've got a wee socket wrench for doing mine. 0.5 needle, really forgiving and easy for learning with. So I've got a couple of those. What's everybody else got?
I've got a Iwata HP Revolution that was very, very kindly given to me by Neil Harris.
Yeah.
And I shall be eternally grateful for that. It was a lovely thing to do. And since then, my modeling's just gone off in leaps and bounds. So, I mean, I used a Chinese cheapie for a year or 2 and had horrible results with it. Nearly put me off wanting to airbrush, but Neil came to my rescue, and like I said, I'll be eternally grateful to the bloke, you know. So,
Well, it does make a difference. I mean, the cheap ones are great
oh, yeah.
to kind of dabble with, but the problem is if you get a cheap one and it's, you know, spluttering and just you can't control the spray and everything, you're better trying to get. Tommy keeps smiling every time he sees his cell come up on the screen. He's giggling away. Try and go for something. You can get a decent airbrush around about £60 to £80. There's a whole lot of different ones out there. You've got I'm just trying to think now.
What's the Neos?
The Neos, you can get them in button and trigger, can't you, Mike?
Yeah.
I think Fox uses a trigger one because he's got limited finger movement and he cramps up if he's using a button. You've got things like the harder Steenbeck Ultra 2-in-1s or just the Ultra on its own. They're about £60 to £80. There's an Apex one out there as well. I don't know. It's obviously been rebranded, but there's an Apex one. There's, you know, some of the Badger ones are quite reasonably priced as well. But try and get something round about, you know, between £60 and £100. There's no need for a £200 airbrush if you're starting off, unless you like airbrushing fuel tanks and stuff. What do you use, Mike?
I use the that's my go-to one, but I have got the Ardern Steenbeck, that was about £200 that one. And
was that the Infinity?
Watts, yeah, the Infinity Watts. The go-to and don't you? And the feel's just right on the Iwater, so I tend to stick with that.
And what do you use, Scott?
My main airbrush I use is my sort of workhorse is the Eclipse. Iwata Eclipse.
That's the one that's above the Revolution that I've got. That's a 0.35, isn't it?
Yeah. That's my sort of general do everything. But I've also, the other 2 main ones I use are Patriot 105, which is a fantastic starter airbrush if anybody's looking for one.
That's a Badger, isn't it?
Yeah. And for sort of more detailed work, I generally use my Sotar 2020.
I've
It's another
heard
Badger.
things about these Sotars actually for doing fine work. That's a point. Is it a point two that's in that?
0.2, yeah.
So that's what you do all your pre-shade and stuff with?
Yeah. I actually prefer it over an Infinity, if I'm honest.
Right. And Chris, what do you use airbrush-wise, mate?
I started off with the cheap Chinese thing that came with the compressor, and decided to upgrade to the, I think it's a Sparmax or one of them clone things.
Yeah. It's like the new one,
of a trigger,
Yeah.
which I really liked. But then I decided to go up another one, so I went up to the Neo Iwata TRN1.
right? Is that the same one Fox uses?
I think so. Yeah. It's just nice. The handle on this is a bit cheap and tacky. And
Has that got the other thing to mention about airbrushes and making sure you get one that's got solvent-proof seals in them? Are your ones?
I don't know about that one. I think this one is, but
The newer ones are.
I only tend to use Vallejo air paints anyway, so I don't need to worry too much about deep cleaning and things like that. But yeah, this is just nice.
Yeah.
Again, when you start using it, your quality of paint just goes up.
It just becomes quite
And it
intuitive
feels nice.
after a while. Yeah.
And I'm more comfortable with the trigger than I was with a button. It just, I don't know. Yeah.
So I hope that helps you out, Nelly, P350. Well, we were talking about a model earlier on. Kenneth M says, yeah, it's a Predator from Predator 2. The kit is from the 90s, made by Halcyon, and a collectible. That's, well, need to get some pictures of that up on the dungeon, please, if you don't mind, Kenneth. I like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I think
I'll go into the dungeon later and I'll run through what's all there. Frankie Goes to Hobbywood says he's working on an ambulance car, paramedic or something like that. Obviously, Mike's done all the hi Tommies. A lot of people said hi Tommies. And Alan Northwest Modeller's in. Evening all you nutters. Evening Alan. Tony Black, this was it. Dave's one, said that was a great job. And Shane Young says to Tommy, hi Tommy, well done mate. That's you building your Harrier there. Of course, Ray's in from Malta. Good evening, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Davey UK says, hello, Tommy. Alan from Northwest Modeler. Oh, my screen's just jumped up. Says, excellent work, Tommy. Tony Black says, cool. Kenneth M saying, Rebel makes snap kits from the Halo games with light and sound, Dave. Tommy might like to build one of those.
Yeah, well, I'll look at them. Cheers, mate.
Kenneth M was saying, looks good, Dave. Shane Young saying, that's cool, Dave. Nice V-dub. JS Idaho says, great work, Tommy and Dave. Johnny Blythe, that's a new name. Oh, this Apple thing always pops up in the middle of the live feed. Johnny Blythe says, morning all from a sultry Brisbane. So another one from away across the pond.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome,
Australia.
Yeah. We're up to 32 viewers, round about our norm. Again, if you've joined us through the Facebook links, just click the YouTube icon at the bottom. That'll bring you to the main YouTube page where you can interact with us in the chat. And don't be scared. Pop in and say hello.
Tommy, your mum's just said it's bedtime.
Hey.
In the chat. She's in the chat.
Yes, Mummy has. Mummy's in the chat. Look. She's downstairs on my computer.
Good night, Tommy.
I think he might. He's not got school in the morning. We might let him off tonight, Dave, will we?
Just for a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer, Mummy. We're making things.
Making good stuff.
JS Idaho, Ray and John Bennett say hi, Chris.
I'll.
Kenneth M says hey, Chris. JS Idaho's asking me how much snow did I get, Smoo?
How much snow did you get, Snow?
How smooth did I get snow? I've got drifts at the side of my van at about 4 feet. The average was between 6 to 8 inches of snow where I am. So yeah, There's been no mail deliveries, no deliveries to any of my local shops, so food supplies are running low. So
6 to 8 inches is about that big, isn't it?
That's what you've been telling the wife for years, Chris, isn't it? Yeah.
We got 6 to 8 millimeters lasted a night. They went again.
Yeah. You've got it worse down in Portsmouth, Dave. Well, I mean, you know.
Actually, so I've been here 26 years, 27 years. It's about the 3rd time it snowed since I lived here, so
yeah.
It was a rare occurrence.
Who's Ken? Aye, everybody's going, who's Ken? Am I saying Ken quite a lot? Ken, what I mean? But like Ken. Aye.
Ken, aye.
Yeah. Those Ken, by those Ken.
Aye, Ken Fud, aye. Funny about Fuddy Biden and all that, aye. Is this not the Ken show? Never mind, I'll say hello anyway, says Johnny Blythe.
You lose a bit.
Alan's saying to Mike, there's a lot better quality video of you tonight. Mike, you on a different camera or something?
Yeah, I've got my face closer to it.
Kenneth M saying, if you buy a decent airbrush, you know if something's not working, it's more than likely something you're doing and not the airbrush. Yeah. Andrew Sutherland's in. Good evening, Andrew, also known as Beyond Hope.
Andrew.
He says,
no relation, I might add.
What's that, Scott?
No relation, I might add.
Is it? Oh, Sutherland.
No.
It's a good name, that. Is that no? I thought that was a borderer's name, Sutherland.
Talking of airbushes and that, and if you're doing something wrong, it's splattering that, and it's usually the operator, not the airbrush. If you're going to buy an airbrush, a good thing to buy is an ultrasonic cleaner.
Yeah.
The best thing I ever bought for it. That's like 20 quid on eBay, just get an ultrasonic cleaner. They're fantastic. When you finish it, you know, especially if you've done a lot.
I've got one. I tend to use it for my spectacles. The only problem I find with ultrasonic cleaner is watch your needles. You get a plastic tray with them, and sometimes the needle won't fit when you've got the plastic tray in, and if they rattle about in the bottom, it can damage your tip.
Yeah.
That's the only thing to watch for them. I bought one on Tony Verhelgen 35's recommendation, and I tend not to let my airbrushes get gunked up. I've never had to use it with my airbrush, but if you find it easier, because you're just using acrylics all the time, so I put cellulose through mine quite a lot, lacquers.
Yeah, see, I just use acrylics, don't I? Yeah. So I just do it every evening. If I've used it, I'll do it. You know, I'll clean it, but then just to be on, myself, just to be on the safe side, I'll strip it at the end of the day and put it in the ultrasonic cleaner for 2 or 3 turns around, and then put it back together again. I know it's perfect, and then pick it up. The next time I pick it up, I know it's going to work.
The only thing I would say, if you're using an ultrasonic cleaner, don't put any solvents in the ultrasonic bath. The reason for that is, although your seals where your needle are might be solvent proof, you'll tend to find that O-rings where the air valve aren't. So if you're submersing the brush, don't put any solvents in because you'll ruin your.
Oh no, I'm not putting a whole airbrush in it. I just put the needle in, the nozzle, and the 2 nozzle caps.
The cap
in it.
Yeah, some people put the full brush in. Yeah.
No, I don't put the full brush in right now.
Anyway, as I was saying, Andrew Sutherland, Beyond Hope, was saying the Chinese airbrushes are as good as any branded ones. They just need some tender love and care. As I said before, he's got a couple that are 10 years old. Yes, you can get a dud, but that's the same with any kit. Tony Black uses an H&S Evolution, easy to clean and use. Yeah, but I do the Harder Steenbeck, the idea of just unscrewing the crown cap and the needle comes out is a good idea. I don't like how the cups are separate though, and I don't like the trigger feel. That's the only reason I got rid of my H&S, but yeah, they're good. I do like the quick sort of release aspect of those for cleaning. Shane Young saying he's just started with a Neo for Iwata, £60 very well spent. Great airbrush for a beginner. Yeah. What else are we on? Now, Alan's saying he's got a Mr. Hobby and a 0.5, Tammy a 0.3, and an H&S Ultra at 0.4, which is his workhorse. So you'll tend to find people that do a lot of work will have 2 or 3 airbrushes. One that we'll use for like their clear coats, one for the primers, and one for the detail work in that. But if you get a workhorse somewhere a 0.5 in it, you can, apart from fine detail work, you can do quite a lot with it. Kenneth M is saying, yes, the type of seals that you'll need are PTFE or polytetrafluoroethane. Seals, which are your solvent-proof ones. Ray's saying, yes, it's a great airbrush Tamiya. I haven't actually seen the Tamiya range airbrushes, to be fair. And Mike's brother's in, John Mountain. Evening, chaps.
Oh!
Yeah,
No, John.
for that one.
Evening, John.
Andrew Sutherland saying he won't be on long tonight. He's trying to get a 135 Trumpeter E75 completed this weekend.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, it was Pip was in the chat. I told me it's bedtime. All right, okay. Kenneth M was saying he's put pictures on me, figure he's building. I like the base, right? Okay, yeah, I'll go into that in a little while then. That's brilliant. Yeah, Alan saying it's men's night, Pip. What else have we got? Tony Black says he's going to get snowed under the kits when the mail is running again. I didn't get far with my Beetle because I had to order paints and stuff up for it, and nothing's got to me at all. Paul Chapman's in. Evening, all. Evening, Paul.
Oh, Paul.
Alan's looking for an interpreter to aisle 1.
Boy, does there not know what I'm saying?
I don't know what he's saying, like, man. Aye. In this kind of snow, you need to get your furry boots on and all that. Aye, Fab Dubai Bun. Aye. JS Idaho's saying the snow drifts are a pain in the ass. Oh, Alan saying his paint shaker has arrived. My wrist is now pain-free. Which paint shaker did you get, Alan? Did you get the one that Colin showed off? The one that's the nail varnish one that you just strap your bottles in and lets it shake?
Yeah, that's for wimps. You want a manly one.
You got one for a jigsaw, aren't you? I was saying that.
Yeah, mine's a jigsaw, yeah.
Yours is
you want a man's one, mate.
A medieval torture device.
It's even more manly if you leave the blade on it as well.
Yeah.
Dean Briggs is going, good evening, Smoo and the crew. My neighbour got more snow than me. They've got a bigger garden. Kenneth is saying, I like the rule that when it comes to your airbrush, water should be the first and last thing that you put in it. Aye, just to get the force through. Expat Spain saying the Revel airbrushes are made by Badger. Oh. And Alan's saying that was the same as Colin's. Yeah, sorry, Scott.
Yeah, that would explain why the Revel brushes have the smaller fittings on them, because the Badgers use a different.
Oh, for the air fitting?
A different size. Hang on. You've got to use an adapter with them if you're going to use.
Oh, so it's not a standard sort of fitting on the air valve. Yeah.
So you've got to use an adapter unless you're using Badger hoses.
Ah, right, okay. Ah, there we go. Right, so while we've got you on the screen there, Scott, what have you been up to this week, or model making wise? Have you?
Well, I have been experimenting with some skin tones.
Oh, skin tones.
You have to do that with a cup
now.
It's not 9 o'clock yet.
Yeah.
So I got this little bust after someone who shall remain anonymous talked kind of convinced me it's a good idea.
Colin's talking us on to trying out some figure painting busts and that. Yeah.
So this arrived the other day. I actually found out it's a figure based on the miniatures used in the Infinity games. So it's kind of similar to Warhammer.
Something like that. You've got pictures of that on the dungeon, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's actually a very, very nice sculpt.
Yeah, nice female figure. Anything else?
And I've just started working on this little Airfix F4 Wildcat. So there's a lot of things to try and get my mojo back.
And I think you were saying
kind of lost my model making mojo a little bit.
Yeah, you were just saying it was an easy kit, but the front undercarriage was a bit complex.
Yeah, hideously complicated.
Yeah. So you've been.
It says it's a level 2 kit, but that's pretty complicated.
Yeah, for a level 2 kit. Yeah. So you're suffering for a bit of lack of mojo this week, Scott, are you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
So try to get it back with a nice, easy kit. Right.
Yeah, that was the plan.
I like plans. I can watch them for hours as they disappear into the distance.
Alan's saying he's got 3 Revell airbrushes stuck in my file 13. Right, okay, I'm not quite sure what you're on about there, Alan. Dean Briggs is going, good evening, Mike. Kenneth thought it was Tank Girl.
If it doesn't
And Pip's going, where is my friend tonight? Pip, Colin's obviously not been keeping too great and he's coming up for his op soon. So I know he's been a bit like me. My sleeping pattern's all the pot at the moment. I'm kind of asleep all day and up all night at the moment. And Colin's on the same. So I know he's went for a sleep earlier in the afternoon. So I don't know if he'll be joining us later on or not. But that's he's away hiding. Alan's saying, nice work, Scott.
Thank you.
And Alan's saying file 13 in his junk box. Ah, right, okay. So, Mr. Mountain, what have you been up to this week? Hold on, let me click on the
Well,
B. There you go.
Well,
I don't know if anybody's noticed he's got his Liverpool banner up, but our toolbox has started working for some strange reason.
Yeah. I've started my Beetle.
Oh,
I
orange.
don't know. I can't really see that, can you?
It's orange. Oh, you got something on the side. What does that say? Curl or something?
Curl, yeah. It's Rip Curl, isn't it? It's for
Surf dude, man.
cut the roof off.
I was going to say,
Yeah, put a cloth roof on it and put some door panels in it. Made some door panels.
wow, I like that.
Made a surfboard. Made a little surfboard for it.
Of course you did.
Oh, you and your
Of course you did,
scratch building. Yeah.
And,
And a surf shack for it to go into and an entire beach. And
Oh, we're waiting for that, yeah.
Flesh towns.
and done the interior with a couple of surfing magazines on the seat. So one surfing magazine on the seat. The other ones just fell out.
Right, okay.
And
So you're doing
I've
car.
been carrying on with the old 7-class lifeboat.
Oh, you got some primer on that now.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Ted said it'd be nice to spray the inside black and then put a red LED in. So I'm gonna get a red LED in there to light it all up.
Yeah, cool.
And apart from that, that's it.
That's it.
That's
So
me up to date.
a pretty quiet week as well. Excellent
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Alan's saying his mojo got packed up in a bag and got on a plane, currently laid up in bed with a bad back. Oh dear.
Oh, bad back.
Don't like the bad back thing. Ray's saying he's got 6 airbrushes. Shane saying, looking good, Mike. Nice colour scheme.
Thanks, Shane. Nice orange.
Orange. I could go into mine, but there's not got any paint on it yet. So I don't know. You're doing the bug build this time, Chris, are you?
no, I'm going to skip out on this one. No. Too many other things going on, and my stash is still huge, so no.
I believe you've started your e-models build.
I have. I'll finish my Falcon. I'll start with that.
That's a nice size of kit, that, actually. I like that.
That's 144. So, yeah, it's always a good size.
Because you posted a picture up with your tiny one on top of it, and what's the one under that? Is that the Agostini one?
Yeah, that's 143.
Yeah. Is the Agostini one, how many episodes did that take you to make?
100 and a bit. I didn't film any of that. That was before I even considered filming, so I didn't.
Yeah. But it's quite funny. But the 3 of them stacked together, and there's quite a noticeable size and the differences in the kits. So you've started on your e-models build, obviously.
Yeah. That's
how you finding doing an aeroplane for a change?
going to be like that.
That's a decent size of kit for a 144. Yeah, it's quite an impressive size.
It's a Star Lifter, which is one of the biggest planes around, apparently.
Right. Well, that's a decent size for 144. Anything else on your bench?
No, that's it. I've got the undercarriage in the spray booth just been primed at the moment.
So
I like to do one at a time. I don't like having lots on the go. I've still got the tugs on the go because
I was going to ask about your two tugs.
Yeah, they're still under here. There you go. Exactly the same as it has been for the past month or
They're
two.
basically painted up, but you're experimenting with dials.
No, there's still a top tower to go on there as well. There's another level of the tower and then a big mast thing. And the other one's in exactly the same situation. But I'm still playing with water. What have I got? There you go.
All the different effects.
Playing with water effects.
Right.
So I think I'm almost there with that. I've got another video about that I'm going to be.
Dave makes it look
in the next few days.
It's I've not tried it myself, so and I mean you watch him Mick Jimenez video and all that and how you do all the water effects, he makes it look dead easy, but it's
yeah, it's getting the colour right and the layering of it so it doesn't just look like a big block of coloured thing. It's getting clear on top and yeah. But I think I'm getting there. So yeah, that video about the water effects part 2 will be up soon. And yeah, I'm still toying with that. Once I've done the star lifter, I'm going to do at least another bit of the tug to do the next tower. But I'm still thinking about the dio for that, and yeah.
Yeah, it's just a sort of try this, that's not working, and change plan.
Where I'm doing the two at once in the 2 configuration, the dio is sort of part of the build. Whereas often when I've done dios before, it's been I build a model and then I build a dio. This is sort of coming in at the same time, so it's still just a bit different. So yeah, but it's getting there.
Stuff, Chris. Thanks for that. Alan's saying, "Is mine still in the box?" No, it's not actually. It's still in the box. I haven't got very far with it, but it's not still in the box. Ray's saying, "Nice colour job, Mike." Shane's asking, "What do you guys clean your airbrush with after using Alclad Chrome? Any help would be great." I don't use Alclad, so
no, I never used it.
No,
I don't.
Pip's in.
Hi, Pip.
Hold on, say hello to Pip. There she is. Oh, she's just hiding. How's Tommy doing, Waze?
Well, he's cracking on with this.
Oh, God, Tommy.
Wow.
He's got to do all the ordnance underneath it and the canopy.
Nice.
He's very well cracked on with that.
And you haven't had to help him with that. Is he doing that himself off the instructions, is he?
He's doing the instructions himself. A couple of bits were a bit tight.
Yeah.
A couple of bits were a bit loose that I helped him with. But no, he's doing it himself, mate.
Did he start that half hour ago, was that? Or?
Literally half an
hour ago, mate, yeah. It's only a snap together kit and it's all pre-painted, but yeah, he's cracking on with it. I don't know where he gets his speed from. I don't know.
No idea at all. Yeah.
I do know that the Varia is quite a bad one to get a decent kit of, and that actually goes together better than some of the kits that you buy.
Man's just left the building.
Good lad, Tom.
Yeah, we've got a Terry. He's taking him less than 30 seconds to open the box. He's doing really well.
Alrighty, Dave. As I say, I haven't used Alclads. I do believe most of them are lacquer based. Some of them aren't, though. Some of them are the oil based ones. What do you call them? Enamel based. But most of the guys, Paul and John and all that, saying that he uses car thinners or cellulose or lacquer thinners to clean the airbrush out when you've been using the Alclads. Alan's going, "Hey up, Dave, you have a guest." Paul Shatter managed to get 5 litres for 13 quid. Yeah, I need to try and get into the body shops, and I used to get all the Worth stuff and stuff like that, but I've just been getting the wee ones. Tony Black says he's used Alclad cleaner and also IPA after Alclad Chrome. Alan says for Tommy, wow, amazing. And Dean Briggs is saying that's a lovely Harrier, Tommy. Yeah. And that's kind of caught up in chat again.
I like Tommy's mug as well.
He's as big as he is.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy's mug.
Tommy's mug, it's
oh, he's got the Star Wars one.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You better watch out, Dave, or we'll use that as a giveaway, you know.
He likes a big group. No, he's not. You'll never get that off him, mate. I tell you, you'll have your legs off. You like Saber, yeah.
what Tommy was saying there. David's saying he uses cellulose or spraycraft airbrush cleaner after spraying Alclad. John Bennett's going, Tommy gets to stay up late. Nice one, Tommy. And Alan, what is that? I don't know. Right, so where have I got with my Beetle? Well, I have managed to get out of the box, which is quite an amazing feat for me. And I noticed there was only one sheet of decals in it. And it's all just number plates, so there's not a lot of decals in it.
How many sheets?
There was just one. I'm used to getting 3 sets. I'm used to getting 3 sets. So I have been... I haven't washed it yet. I've been working on the body, and because I'm going to do a shiny coat on it, I've been sanding and sanding and sanding. So the rear light bit isn't molded properly. It only comes sort of halfway across. So I've been Smoo gooing it and that. So I'm trying to get that into shape, and then when my paints come, I'll get that sprayed up. I'm doing mine in a hippie fashion. I've got the dash in it as well because the dashboards on the Beetles were the same colour as the bodywork. So I'm going to try it, Mr. Colour. I've got a small range of extra shiny, extra durable paints, and they've got a really nice yellow in it. So I'm going to do it yellow, and I've ordered some nail decals. You know the ones that the lassies use, like with all the different pictures on their fingernails. I've ordered some daisy ones, and I'm going to try and do a daisy decals, and I'll see how it goes, but obviously I'm waiting on them coming in the post because we haven't managed to get anything through. I've got the...
He claims the Foy's kit.
Well,
Yeah.
I've managed to get the bottom of my tub together and all that. I haven't put any paint on anything yet. Because of my sleeping pattern and lack of mojo, I haven't really done much. So I've got all that kind of done, and I've got stuff sitting on cocktail sticks ready to start painting it. I've just really got the wheels are a funny setup in this because the hubcaps are actually part of the wheel and the hubcap. So I'm trying to figure out the best way of painting those. That's that. Otherwise, through the week while I've been sitting in the hangouts with guys, I'm in the middle of painting some Space Marines, and that's all I've had the mojo to do really. So I haven't really been doing much at all. Let's just go back over to the chat. Yeah, John Bennett saying only one set of decals. There's something wrong there. Expat Spain saying there should be 3. Oh, you're catching on, Ray is saying, wow, nice job. Great job, Tommy. Saying something's burning. Yes, it's my cigarette, mate. Unfortunately, a bad habit. So I think what I will do at the moment is I shall go and have a little look at the dungeon. Let's see.
I'm going to have to disappear anyway, guys. So have a pleasant evening, the rest of you. I'll
Right, Chris,
all right, Chris, and watch for a bit. But...
See you later, Chris.
Good night, all.
See you later on, Chris.
No, mate.
See you around.
No, mate.
Just checking up on. I'm on a different screen at the moment, so chat amongst yourself. 2 seconds. Right, I'm just refreshing the dungeon page, and then I'll go in and show off some of your guys' work. So bear with me 2 seconds. Oh, good. Paul and that's managed to get some pictures up sneaky while we've... Right, I'll go into a screen share. Give me 2 seconds. Look it on me. I'm going to do the whole screen thing.
You shouldn't do really, because you might damage the part doing that.
Right, so I'll let you have a look at the dungeon, and I'm just going to go through as what's come up. So if you're not already a member, we have a Facebook page. You can probably see it up there, facebook.com/Smoo's It's just a little friendly group we've got. We're up to 55 members now. It's a place for you to share your work. You can go up to the photo section and create your own album. And it's just a friendly wee place so that you can interact with us when we're not in the live feeds. So we do encourage you to share your work. So Paul's just posted something up, what he's been up to this week. So we'll just go and have a quick look at this. It looks like he's been doing a wee rally car. And I like that. Nice. The Rothman's colours and everything on it. That's nice. Now that must be aftermarket decals because you can't get cigarette.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what is that, a mini? Aye, mini. So yeah, it looks like a set of aftermarket decals on there. So this is what he's been up to, and it's nice and shiny. Yeah, I do like that. You really like that. So that's what Paul's been up to this week. And I'll scroll down a bit further. Yeah, Alan thinks he's got a car problem. Yeah, we all know about that.
Right now,
Stephen Whittingham is he's slowly getting there. He's trying to finish a submarine, but he's got his Beetle. It looks like he's working on a little Dio there in the background as well. So that's his Beetle. And there's the same sub that Mike and who else was doing the sub? Colin. So that's him started on his torpedo room. That's a cracking kit, that, like. I'm fancying it myself, actually. So there's a torpedo room and the one next to it as well. Yeah, it looks like bunks or something in there. Yeah, and all these little decals and detail that go inside the shell. This is a Revel. What kit is that again, Mike?
It's a Revel 144. What's the rest of it?
Revel 144. Now, I think it was Colin that says you do all this lovely detail work on the shell, but when you actually put the compartments in, most of it's hidden.
See, so Type 21.
Type 21. So Stephen Whittingham has started his Beetle and is also working on his U-boat. Chris Conybear's just put some stuff up there. It's a Belkits Fiesta. So we'll just go in there. So that looks like some aftermarket. Oh, look at that. That must be aftermarket stuff.
I quite fancy one of them Belkits ones next. Giving them a go.
Fabric.
It's supposed to be very good, the Belkits ones. You get the odd fit issue, but apparently they're not bad. I mean,
looks like it's flocked to see.
Alan's the one to go here. Yeah, Alan's the one to quiz about them because he's.
Yeah. So it's got all the roll cage detail there in there, the dash,
nice.
The dash. That's a cracking amount of detail in that. Yeah, and good with the fabric seat belts go right across and onto the roll bar and everything like that.
Yeah, but it's I want to have a crack at them, but I'm a bit wary of them because it's photo action.
Yeah,
little tiny buckles and
in there actually on the Recaro seats, which is also flocked in the front. It looks like there's carbon fibre wrap around the back there as well. The decals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lovely amount of detail in that kit. Hopefully, you can hear me on my mic. I'll just move my mic a little bit. Yeah. So that's coming along really, really nicely, and the discs and the calipers and everything. I don't know if they're photo etched, but they're looking cracking as well. All the detail on the suspension. That's just a beautiful little model. Oh, and this must be the bodywork he's coming on to now. Well, I like the colour scheme, the yellow and the blue. With that being a matte effect, I'm wondering if that's the zero paints he's using on that. Because I know the zero paints go down matte and then you put the glossy on the top. Oh, the decals and everything on it.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing what a difference decals make to a rally car, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, this is I'm spraying it all up. Oh, I like the big Michelin man on the back. Oh, that's cracking.
Yeah.
I do like that. So that's all these decals on. Oh, shiny. Oh, this looks like this is it.
Oh, that is lovely.
Nice. Tyre decals and everything. I like the wee Michelin man on it. Oh, it's a lovely looking model there. Cracking job, Chris. Really do like that. Yeah, so keep sharing your work, guys, in the gallery. That's Chris Conybear that did that one. I'll scroll down. Right, Alex Frankston. This was the one that was talking about earlier on. There are other pictures down, but he's got a new figurine in. We're into our flesh tones. I do love these anime figures. I'll be interested to see where he got that one. I believe is that background. But look at the skeleton crawling out the ground and all that. So I'll be interested to see where you go with that. There's another big monster in the background there. So it looks like Alex likes doing his figurines. So he's working on a figurine at the moment. I'll keep scrolling down, see what else we've got. Right, this was the other stuff. Now, I really like this one. Again, it's one of these anime type figures. I like them all. I just wonder, Alex, did you paint those eyes in or are those decal? But I like that. That's cool. He's doing a sword there. He's also doing, it looks like little Warhammer figures, that kind of style of stuff. a lot of stuff going on there. That's a weird looking dude. Yeah, crazy dude. Oh, that's definitely Games Workshop. Now, what was it saying? Oh, it's meant to be a Warhammer incinerator. So yeah, these are great fun to paint up. Now this is another one. Now I asked him what
that'll be a Tyrannid.
it's a Trigon from Games Workshop.
Yeah,
the painting on that is brilliant.
That is impressive. That looks like a real cockroach. That
looks like a crustacean of some sort.
Yeah, the way he's blended that in, and that is just incredible paintwork. Really good. That
great highlighting, and underneath it looks like proper gnarly, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
There's a
amazing.
bit more work on
nice blending then. Brilliant blending technique there.
Yeah, bit more work on it there. It's like something out of Alien, isn't it? That's taken a lot of work. I think that's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Some of this Games Workshop stuff is. I don't know if that is a Games Workshop.
Yeah, that's GW. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, but the prices of them, some of them are a bit steep.
Yeah, but then I mean, the way that Games Workshop work the prices out is done on the point value of the model you're doing.
Yeah.
But some of the casting is incredible. Really is clever stuff. It's good stuff.
Right. For folk that like shiny cars, we're privileged enough that David Hunter, a friend of mine for through Glasgow, this is one of the cars that he's was super high detail, super shiny carbon fibre, and this is a LaFerrari.
It's just stunning.
That he has done for
Absolutely
a friend of a relative or something like that.
That's what he's done, yeah.
So this is all done with motor scale carbon fibre decals and zero paints and 2K clears, and it's stunning. So that's a LaFerrari. It's in a rather unusual colour. It's in a grey, but I think that the person that he was building it for wanted it in that colour.
Gorgeous, I think it's a lovely colour, that.
Absolutely stunning. It's a bit strange because he was saying when he was painting it before he put the clear down, it just looked like grey primer, and then obviously you put the 2K clear on it. So I'm just flicking through it. I do know David. I can't remember. He was talking to me about photography. He's like an amateur photographer. So he does some cracking photos of all his models. So I do like the way the back end lifts up all the engine detail. Look at that. All that carbon fibre decaling and all that in the back. Absolutely stunning.
You know, so if you green screen that and put it in put a scenery, a scene behind it, that you'd swear that was a real car.
You would think it was a real car.
You would. It's amazing, gorgeous.
So by all means, nip onto the dungeon. So that's David Hunter, my Scottish friend. Alan's good friends with him as well. Alan's going, his man cave needs attention. Yeah. Okay, mate. Sarah Bills is posting up for Jared, because he's not got a Facebook account. So he's got a wee portable modelling workstation. If you want to post up pictures of your man caves, that's totally up to yourself. No. So it's what that's quite a small space to work on, even though I've got a big bench, you always end up with about a 6-inch space to work on because you've got everything lying there.
Yeah.
You do, I do.
Of course, this is some of Jared's work, or Jared. So this is one of his first builds that he's done this year. I'm the Optimal Tank. Scott, what's that?
That's a Panther.
So that's a Panther. So he's done a wee Panther there. It looks like it's got a snow camo on it or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, it'll be a whitewash winter camo.
Right. So that's his first build of 2018. That's his second one.
That is an M1A2 Abrams.
Oh, so he likes his tanks then. And he's in the middle of a Hellcat and a Tiger there. So he's actually put down what he's working on there. That's his Hellcat destroyer completed. Now these were out at the same time as the Shermans, weren't they? That's another.
Yeah, the Hellcat was a tank destroyer. It had a bigger gun.
Yeah.
So he's working on that one. Storage, yeah.
That's a Chaffee.
Oh, right. I don't know. Go back. That's a Chaffee, is it?
Yeah, I think yes.
And what's a? See, I've never heard of some of these.
That was a light tank.
Right. So,
light, fast reconnaissance tank.
Jared's doing quite a lot of this stuff. Right, David Atkinson has started on his Beetle.
Great.
This is the Airfix starter kit that we're we're all doing. So he's just doing it now. He's doing an interesting one now. I'm trying to remember what he said it was. I might ask, I'll close the album because he's done a description in it. 2 seconds.
Well, it's had a bit of a dink and a donk, that, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's made a start. His idea is going to be a VW Rallycross Bug used by an up-and-coming teenager driver. The wheels and tyres is taken from the Rebel 132 Volkswagen kit, and the Airfix body shell is now looking a tad knocked about.
Yeah.
So, he's doing a bit of body modification here. I think he's been using Chris's creme brulee torch on some of it, because it's looking a bit melted and dinged and deformed. So obviously he's going to do it. It's been battered about a little bit.
Yeah.
I take it that's a green stuff filler. He's obviously filling up all the lights because you wouldn't have that on a rallycross kind of car. And he started in with the Dremel and gouging outdoors and all that. So I think he's going to be looking at a well battered up Beetle, and that's it. The wheels he's going to put on it. So he's putting different wheels on it. So that's David Atkinson that started building his. So that'll be interesting to see where that goes, because he's definitely bashing it up a bit. Alex Frankston thought this was quite a cool thing. I've never seen anything like
That's
this.
interesting.
It's like a car it's morphed into some sort of alien thing.
That's very cool.
I wonder if it's a resin type thing. Never seen
Oh.
anything.
Scott, can you move your mic for a little bit, mate, when you're spraying? Cheers, bud.
Or is he spraying? Right. Michael Kreutzmann has had a little bit of an accident. This is currently he was doing the London bus and he's fell and he's broke his hand. That's a fracture that. So he's kind of not managing to get any modelling done at the moment. I know he's following Colin's London bus build. So yeah, that's a dull one. And that's
what he could do is he could try and use his feet, and then at least then he's got digits. I mean, it might not look pretty, but at least he's still modelling.
Dave, you dafty. As is Chris for Gross Models saying, when does it become a problem? So we were talking about that in the show. He's got the little one on the top, and then the one that he was showing us in the show, and then the 6-part one at the bottom. So it's quite funny seeing the difference in scale of them all. Somebody asking to join the dungeon. Excellent stuff. Right, going on to David Hunter again. Another one of these bell kits. His current one he's working on is a Volkswagen Polo WRC.
Hang on, Smoo. Who was that, Smoo?
David Hunter. And obviously, you'll see in the dungeon, his actual channel is DH Model Works. He doesn't do YouTubes, but he does. Again, it's just showing off some of his fantastic work here. I love the details and everything on these wee Red Bull.
He is the master, without a doubt. David Hunter is the master when it comes to cars.
Yeah. So see the shine on that. You can see he's obviously got the light above it. So that's obviously a 2K clear job as well. So he's working on that. I just love all the Red Bull decals and everything like that. So
gorgeous, isn't it?
That's his current one. And as I say, I'm just scrolling down through the dungeon just now. So
that's a Belkins as well, isn't it?
That's a bell kit, yeah. I didn't manage to do it last week because people weren't posting a lot up. Now Scott was on about his flesh tones it was doing. So this is this little resin figurine he's doing. I love the detail on her face, the sort of circuitry type, steampunk almost in her face.
Yeah, it's actually, when you see the made up one, she's got it's almost like a circuit board inside the shaved part of her head.
Right.
Was it like a ball?
Kind of like cyborg.
Kind of, yeah. And then.
So yeah, it's quite a lot of detail. I love these resin. I've got a couple coming up. I love these little resin figures and busts. I'm definitely trying to get into it.
Yeah, mine turned up today. I'm gonna have to censor mine before I show it, but
no, you won't. Now, right on to Beetle build. Luke Carswell. So he's actually bought two. He said he's going to do two different ones. So obviously that's a kit and sprue shots. And I'm starting to go together. I did notice that the floor pan and everything was twisted when he put it together. So everybody's doing clampage. So he's getting his interior and everything ready there. There we go. So he's doing like an RAF sort of themed one, which I think is fantastic. Because you know how the planes have like the nose, like the dolly bird on front of the nose. So he's on a dolly bird on the front, and then he's got all the RAF decals up the side of it, and the camouflage, two-tone camouflage. More decals going on there, obviously, and a bit of clear. And it's cherry lips and that across the back. So I really like what he's done with that. So that's one of them. That's how far he's got with that. So that's Luke. I'm trying to remember what's his page again. It's Black Rifle.
Black Rifle, yeah.
Black Rifle. I started up on YouTube. What else have we got? We've already covered that one. That's David showing I'm cutting back stuff. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else on here. We've covered that. Alex one, covered that. Brian Griffin. He says he needs to hurry up with this one. He's still working on his Herald. I haven't finished mine either yet. Has he got anything else in his album? Oh, he's got some nice trucks in there as well. I do like that one. I think we've maybe covered this.
I remember that Herald. What a horrible thing that was.
Oh, guy. Brian likes all these trucks and stuff. That looks like the Herald and Primer there.
Whose stupid idea was the Herald?
It would be that Dave. Why's yeah.
What was it? Oh, he's an idiot. He's an idiot.
So I think we're nearly there. There was one more David Hunter one I wanted to show. So Brian's done that.
Who?
David Hunter. This is my favourite one he's ever done, actually. The Revel Audi A8. That is absolutely beautiful. The blue on that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. We're not worthy.
So
we shouldn't even be mentioning his name. We're not worthy.
If I can ever get to the level of shiny that he does, I'd be a happy man. But look at that. That's just stunning.
If I can do him on half as good as he does, I'll be happy.
Yeah. That's my favourite model that he's made so far. Right. No, so I think that's me covered kind of the dungeon. Space Marines. Yeah, we've done Stephen. Yeah, I think that's basically. I'll stop sharing now. Come back in and see what's been happening with you guys in the chat. Oh, quite a lot. It looks like there's a lot of chat happening here. I'm just scrolling up through it. I'll take it off of me. How's Tommy getting on with is Tommy away?
Yeah, he's. I'm surprised he did as long as he did. You know, with his ADHD and that. But yeah, he's onto the armament. And
40 minutes, and your boys managed to put all that together. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, he's off to play his Xbox a little bit now. So
I think he did really well, as you say, and getting him to stay at doing one thing for any length of time is a nightmare. You're saying? Yeah,
but give him a model kit, and he's a different kid. You know, he'll do half an hour with it before he thinks, hang on a minute, I need to be doing something else now. But he'll come back to it in a bit.
So you'll be able to chat to him later and see if he enjoyed being on telly.
Oh yeah, he loves it.
Right, so I'm just going to scroll up through the chat. Do feel free fire questions or anything else. There's 33 people on tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
As always, if you're watching from, you've come to us through Facebook, which is where we sort of put the links up, and you're watching in a small window, do click the YouTube icon and come into the big chat and sit and chat with us, ask us questions. Doesn't have to be model making related. You know, we could be talking about Sally James and things like that.
Sally James, the wet t-shirt. Oh.
Just don't mention the 80s or, you know, but I mean, feel free to interact. We're obviously short crewed tonight. I'm usually bouncing off a lot more people and a little bit of banter in the chat and that. So if you can help keep us going, that would be really good. So I'm just going to scroll up and catch through all the chat. Dean Briggs saying, you can talk, Mike. Hi, Mike. You want to sit and have a blur?
Talking about Crossroads.
Crossroads?
David Hunter was in Crossroads.
I was in Crossroads.
Hey? You were in Crossroads. How
I was in Crossroads when I was 4, yes. Yeah, I lived, my parents and that, we lived in just outside Morecambe, a little village called Hesham. And David Hunter was the guy with the 70s porn tash. And him and his wife, I can't remember what her name was, she had gingerish curly hair. They were filming an episode in Morecambe where they were supposed to be on holiday, and it was the middle of winter. And I was my mum got me and my sisters into this drama thing, dance drama thing. And they wanted us, we was playing in the background in swimming costumes and that. It was like November. It was absolutely freezing. And they had a porter cabin. And we'd sit in this porter cabin wrapped in towels, shivering. And then we'd run out and be in the background while they filmed the scene. And then and we'd run back in again and get warm again.
Oh, I thought you'd been cast as Benny's love child. I like
no,
Diane I does.
I was an extra in the background, but I was on Crossroads.
Tommy's back. Hiya, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
I'm back.
Yeah, back with a vengeance. You're doing well with that. You're doing really, really well with that aeroplane, Tommy.
Yeah.
You enjoying it?
Enjoying it, David?
Yeah.
You enjoying it? It's good fun.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I take it you've got us up on your computer screen because I know you're filming on your phone. It keeps looking up. I'm on telly.
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, he's on telly. Right, I'm just catching up in the chat.
Yeah.
Ooh, I went back too far, have I? Oh, right. John Blythe was saying he's doing an ancient Tamiya T34-76 with rubber tracks. Heat to stick together. The paint's flaking off any areas. I tried the web. Nothing. Tried hairspray. Nothing. Just sprayed with water. PVA 50/50. On the Tamiya tracks that I did on my T62, it wasn't quite the old ones that you use to heat up the wee nail and melt them together. It was they did actually glue together.
Oh, really?
I found using the Tamiya cellulose fine primer, because it's a lacquer, a bit hotter, tended to bite into the tracks a bit better for a primer. Obviously, if you're going to be turning them and moving them, the paint's just going to crack and come off. But if you get a good Tamiya lacquer primer down on it, and try not to crinkle them too much because the paint will crack them no matter what you put on, and then just dry brush it and with acrylics and weather it up and put your muds and that on. But I tend to find putting a good lacquer primer down is better on vinyl tracks. Any
I use the AK track primer.
Yeah,
that's what and I've had no problem with it coming off with that.
Yeah,
right.
it's a company, Tommy.
Got a polymer base on it.
Right, so it's a polyurethane type, similar to the Stein. Yep. Dean Briggs is saying, Chief Executive Smoo. I picked up the 112 Tamiya Yami RZ250 kit, so I'll be watching your build. Yeah, I really need to get on and just finish it. I'm really at the decaling stage and putting the forks back together, so you'll get up to about episode 11 and then go like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bit of fun with it. It's a bit long-winded, and I do blabber on a bit, but yeah, I will get on it. Oh, Vincent's in.
Hello.
No, Vincent.
Hey, Vincent's in.
Yes, I am. Finally made it home.
I'll catch you in 2 seconds, Vincent. I'm just catching up with the chat, and then we'll catch up with you and see what you've been up to this week with builds and stuff. Okay, young man?
Yeah, then I would have to grab my builds of the secondary bench. Yeah, so go ahead. Go
That's
check.
right,
Keep on chatting.
The chat and everything, mate. Now, I can't remember where we were. Right, obviously, I was showing a lot of the stuff on the dungeon, and there's comments like that's very nice and clean. What are Kenneth M's asking what are men kits like? I've only ever done one men kit. I'm in the middle of it. It's the
Nice.
tank.
The World War II kits are fantastic. They're great.
Oh, the tune tanks are
Yeah,
brilliant.
much all my kits I've done have been fantastic.
Well, there's the base of it. I'm doing a Meng Merkava. Obviously, the turret's over there.
Merkava.
Plastic. It's nice and soft. It's not like the trumpeter where the small parts are really brittle and snap. Beautiful level of detail and everything in it. I don't know if you can make all that out.
Okay.
Even though it's got rubber band tracks, they glue together fine. brilliant molding, hardly any flash. Fits together almost like a Tamiya kit, to be quite honest. And that's my first sort of Meng armor kit, and I would buy another one. Brilliant. Level of detail and everything. What about you guys? What do you think of the Meng?
Fantastic. Can't fault them.
Meng is amazing. Yeah. First armor build ever was a Meng,
Absolutely
and it came out great. So yeah, can't fault them.
You like them as well? Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, what's this? Expat Spain says they're just about to release an Opel Manta. Is that the Bell kits, Expat?
It's
think
came
so,
out
yeah.
last weekend. Yeah.
Oh,
It came out
right.
last weekend. I got a sneak preview when I went to the actual shop that's behind Bell Kits.
I
Oh,
think,
the Manta. Yeah.
I think Colin would like that. It's not the Manta that Colin.
Yeah. Yeah, Colin would love that.
Johnny Blythe saying only done one T72, and it was excellent. Yeah, everybody's saying Meng kits are brilliant. Yeah, Shane's talking about the Opel Manta should be in the shops this Thursday.
Yep.
Kenneth M says he's bought a Meng King Tiger but hasn't been delivered yet. I've ordered quite a few things and nothing's been delivered with the snow.
I think I know where he ordered that King Tiger because a retailer I am aware of did an amazing deal on those this past week.
Oh, so there's been some good deals out for the Tigers then. Yeah. Alan said it's zero paints. That was obviously what I was referring to when I was showing off David Hunter's pictures there. Yeah, he uses zero paints in 2K Player and he gets some fantastic pictures.
It's amazing, his stuff.
I'm just tweaking through it. So Kenneth M is Alex. He said he was trying to make it look like a cockroach. Now that was that one. Mind we were on about the picture
Yeah,
of that.
Carapace, yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely
It
crap.
look like a cockroach.
It's just
that.
the tones of the colours he's got. It almost looks like a scarabee type shell, doesn't it? One of these. Yeah.
Absolutely nailed it. Well done, Mike.
Obviously, everybody's commenting everything's nice. KFM says he's just bought a FXX kit and detail kit after seeing this. Lee Barlow's in. Hello, Lee. Sorry for taking so long to say hello because I was on the other screen doing the presentation of the dungeon there. Paul Chaplin saying Alan's got a great man cave. Nice Panther. Oh, another new person, Mark Lincoln. Hi guys, how's all doing? Very slowly slowed in and lacking bread and milk at the moment, but I'm all right. Yeah, Jay Sido, just a little bit of advice for Johnny Blythe about obviously the tracks. Also try washing them with soap and water. There could be some mold release agent on there. Yeah. If your paint's still flaking, try a heavy mud effect. Yeah, you can always disguise them. But I mean, I tend to find a lacquer primer helps.
What tracks are we on about?
One of the guys, Johnny Blythe, has got a Tamiya tank that's got the tracks that you heat weld together. Yeah. And he was having problems getting the paint stick to it. It was all flaking off and stuff. Is there anything you normally do, Vince, on them? Or?
Get metal tracks or resin tracks, but
no. But if you've got to work with what you've got.
My gut feeling would say lacquers, but I've gotten something back in the back of my mind that says that lacquers do nasty things to vinyl.
Oh no, I use lacquer primers on the Tamiya tracks all the time.
Then go for that because that will be the most grippy of primers, definitely. Yeah.
Because it's a hot rather than acrylics being water based. Hot bond. Exactly. Right, okay. Oh, Sergeant Bones is in. What's up, Mike? All good?
Yeah.
Sergeant Bones is in. Kenneth M is saying it's a pity that David doesn't do YouTube vids. I've spoke to David a few times. As I say, he just stays, he's sort of Glasgow area, just maybe like half an hour on the bike to go up and see him.
Who's that? Okay.
David Hunter. And he's got a bit of a Glasgow accent, but it's not that bad. I mean, I can't remember what it was. David had done something, and I was like, David, how did you do that? So what he did was he actually shot me a little video on his phone and emailed me, you know, and I was like, oh, brilliant, thanks for that. I says, your accent's not that bad. I says, why don't you do YouTubes? But he hasn't got a broad Glasgow accent. He's got a bit of an accent, but I don't think that would be a problem. But he thinks his people wouldn't want to listen to him. Is I think the only reason he hasn't done YouTubes. I think he should give it a go. But because it'd be nice to actually see him.
To be fair, a lot of foreign people actually like the thicker accents, like the Scottish and the Glaswegian and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably why Sean Connery does so well.
He just thinks his accent's a little bit too heavy for YouTube, and I says, "Well, mate, I understand you fine, but I'm Scottish, you know." So, he's not got like a "see you, Jimmy" accent. He's just got a wee bit of Glasgow lilt, you know.
Plenty of famous people have that Glasgow lilt, so yeah, why not try it on the YouTubes?
Alan's trying to get me to do YouTube vids as well. Yeah, that R8. Oh.
Get to the soul question.
Sorry?
Get to the soul question, mate. Jared B's asking about souls. He wants to buy a soul.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, God. Oh, God. In the market for a hobby saw, are there any that you could recommend? And all these PE saws, any good? Yes.
What are you using the saw for? Is the first. Yeah.
Amputation.
That's the one I...
Yeah, mine's about the same, the right size for amputation. Where the fuck is it? See, it's the right size for amputation, and still I lose it.
I've got the Tamiya one. It's just a bit like, you know, for the knife holder, and it comes with a couple of. I'm just trying to find them.
I haven't got one.
It comes with a blade like that. Yeah.
Oh, there
and there's another blade as well, a finer one.
That would be mine.
They work fine on resin and it works fine on plastic, but that doesn't work on PE.
This works on pretty much anything. This is the saw I got when I started building wooden ships. So it's a micro saw, but it's of tough enough metal to saw anything up.
That's just a tenon saw, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. What I've gotten for like bigger pieces of resin is, as you guys know, I've gotten a bandsaw, an electrical tabletop bandsaw.
Oh, you've got your cellar bandsaw, right?
Yeah, but that's only worth it when you really do a lot of resin and a lot of chopping.
Yeah, that's not real. A bandsaw is not really a hobby, is it, Vince?
No, I'm just saying. Depending on what you want to do, you know, you wanna go between either hand or electric.
He's talking a hobby saw, so it's something to hold in hand. Dave, right? What have you got?
I just use a Dremel and cackle like a madman and just attack it. Works for me.
Anybody else, Mike? What do you use as a hobby saw?
I got
Dave's mad.
I've got the Tamiya one.
That's the same.
That's my go-to one, but I've also got the PE ones. But with the PE ones, you've got to let the blade do the work, because if you put too much pressure on it, it'll bend.
Right.
I can actually back that up because I've got the trumpet and the Master Tools ones, and yeah, look how wavy that blade is. So yeah, don't put too much force on them or you will bend them. Yeah,
let the teeth do the cutting. What I also find quite weird about the blades on mine, on a normal saw, where the blades are angled and they cut as you push, on these ones it tends to cut on the back rather than forward.
Which is weird, yeah. I've noticed that as well, yeah.
It's on the jaw back, so basically lightly forward and pull towards you and it cuts in, and lightly forward, pull. Yeah, it's a bit like a reverse saw.
Which is why if you put pressure forwards, you're just going to end up bending it.
Yeah. So yeah, the PE blades don't seem to be quite as thick, obviously, as a Tamiya blade.
No.
Johnny Blackson is building two toon tanks at the moment. Two toons.
Two tunes. So not 3 tunes, just to be clear, not 3, right?
Johnny Blythe is obviously on about his tracks thing. He's used the Tamiya thing, grey rattle can, primer, which is lacquer. You're correct. I've used the tracks that use normal cement. I've never had a problem. Just this one. I know the Panther I've got is the earlier one, so I haven't done the tracks on that yet. I would be going lacquer and just trying not to flex them. Yeah. rubber band tracks. As soon as you flex them, you're going to get cracking. There's really not a lot you can do apart from disguise them with dirt and mud and stuff like that.
Yeah, weathering covers a multitude of things.
Yeah. Kenneth M is asking, it's a question for Vincent, do you have any room to work on your table? We were talking about that earlier on with people with really busy benches and like 6 inches to work on.
Yeah, so let me just angle the camera. So if you look behind me, that's with the red little light lit up like there above my finger. That's Yamato. I finished that this week. And this is the box that held a bit. So that's like half my bench. And then I'm currently finishing 3 models at the same time. So I've got various weathering and like...
You want to talk us through what you've been building then, since you're up on the big screen, young man?
Yeah, so basically the reason my bench is full is I'm finishing 3 models at the same time, more or less. So I need the weathering products for all 3 out. I need detail paints for all 3, like the tools and the guns and whatnot. Need that out. So this is the one closest to being finished. My Mark IV tadpole, which I've done as a captured Panzer.
So basically, the Germans have captured the British tank and done it up all their insignias and everything.
Like they never actually used these in battle, but this is a what if, like if they had used them in battle and the Germans captured one.
Right.
So a bit too much light, but yeah. So it's called Fritz. Of course, with the YouTubes, you probably can't see it because mirrored. The other thing I've been finishing up, and this still needs the decals, is this little MiG.
Are we playing?
Yeah, little MiG Bunny Fighter from my Edward Bunny Fighter Club kit. And then the other big one was this one, which has now received its entire camo. Like I've got the side skirts here as well.
I like that.
But this is ready for clear coat decals. And
is that Panzer or a Tiger? What's that? I'm not.
This is a Panzer IV. Panzer 4H with the side skirts.
Right. Yeah.
The only thing I did to that was it's straight out of the box Tamiya, except for the barrel because it's an older Tamiya kit, so it had a split along the center line of the barrel. So I figured might as well get a €9 metal barrel and get that fixed because it's hard.
You went for a solid metal barrel. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard to get a barrel that's split along the middle just right. And then the other main thing is I've been working on a silhouette racer, a Japanese silhouette racer, Skyline. So the aluminium paneling underneath is done. The rims are done.
The BBS and everything, yeah.
Yeah, with the classic 80s fan discs to cool the brakes on the back. And then the body's almost fully primed. I sanded back some areas because I noticed little casting flaws.
Yeah.
But all in all, these are like, I think this kit cost me €12. So these Aoshima kits are quite cheap. But
it's really cheap.
Yeah, but they've got official Nissan licensing. They've got official BBS licensing. So it's quite good value for money.
We managed to get you to finish your Yamato at long last.
Yeah.
Are you able to lift it off yourself and show us all your wee lights and stuff for?
I think the easier bit would be to. I'm just gonna turn off all the lights.
Take the camera to you or whatever. Aye. Just to let the guys see, because you put your own lighting kit in this rather than buying the one that comes with it.
Yeah, because the Bandai one would come with just
Yes, tidy yourself up, young man. What a state you're in.
And then turn off this one.
It's like Blackpool illuminations in there.
So that's Yamato behind me, right there. So the yellow bit. Wait, I'm gonna turn it around. I won't have my headset on, but just a second here.
Yeah, we can see one or two of the LEDs, but we can't really see the model. Oh, here we go. It's in flight. It's coming towards us. Oh, look at that! It's all lit up. Wow. Lights and the light at the front and everything. I believe Fox has got one of these in his stash, and at the back you've got his thrusters. So that's all. You did all that LEDs yourself. That's brilliant. So that's the space battleship Yamato or Yamamoto. I can't remember.
Yamato.
Yamato. Right. Thanks for that, Vincent. I'll let you put all your lights back on and get yourself sorted out again. I'll catch up.
There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to turn everything on again.
Right, I'll catch up with the chat. So, Sergeant Bones has got, I like Meng modern armour, but not too happy with their World War II tanks. I haven't. Have you done any, Scott? Vince? What Meng's World War II tanks?
The Meng Toon ones? No, I haven't done any Meng Eggy kits. No.
Right, got a question. It's actually the first time it's been asked tonight. Dean Briggs has asked, does anyone know where Yam Yam is tonight? Unfortunately, he's no longer a member of the group. So moving on. Kenneth M is saying, I sprayed burnt umber and then did white on the edge of the carapace and then sprayed orange over it all. They're obviously talking about... I've missed some of the chat because I've jumped onto a question, but Dr. Sprue's in. He says, hello, everybody.
Oh,
all right.
Hey, Doc.
Johnny Blythe was also wondering about just using oils on the tracks. Oils do dry out and they would crack up as well, I think, would they not?
Yeah.
The only movable tracks where you won't have cracking of the paint is with individual link systems.
Yeah, like Friul or something.
Friul or plastic ones, if like Tacom and Meng usually provide optional plastic ones as well, don't they?
Yeah, so if you're using rubber band tracks, is what I call them, you're going to get paint flaking. It's basically just try and spray them and get them into shape, and then try not to flex them and just.
You put it on your diorama or put it on your base and be done with it, yeah.
Once your paint's on, as long as you're not actually having them move it, like the wheels rotating and stuff like that, the paint will pretty much stay in place. You're not wanting to be having the wheels.
Definitely want to try and glue as many of the wheels as you can in place so you don't minimize all the movement. Like if you're
Kenneth, we were talking about saws earlier. He says he's got a really good Japanese razor saw. It's 0.1 mil thick.
I think that's the same ones that what's his name? I think it's Plasmo, the one who builds all the Edward kits online.
Yeah,
I think he uses something as like that as well. Yeah, like it's like a double edge system on him, and he even does his panel lining. His rescribing of his panel lines with it. It's so fine.
Alan for Northwest Modeler says that Hobbycraft do a decent saw. Replacement tracks. All right. Johnny Blythe saying to Vincent, I would have bought replacement tracks, but picked up the pre-loved kit for just $12 Australian. That was the only reason he bought it, so I wasn't going to spend 3 times that on the tracks.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It's all in preferences. I mean, some people just like the rubber band tracks because it's quick and it's.
Sometimes it's budget as well. Yeah, because I mean, a set of fuel tracks. Say you were doing a Tiger and you were to get a set of fuel tracks. What are you looking at? €40?
25 euros actually. Yeah,
25. But in the UK, you somehow managed to get stuff cheaper. I think
because they're mainland, they're Hungarian.
Right.
So there's no import fees anyway of any form.
I know Scott got some fuel tracks, and how much did they cost you, Scott?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
But yeah, that does seem about right because I ordered the Meng Panther kit with an English supplier. And I figured, might as well get the Friuls with it in one go. And I paid about 30 quid, so it is significantly more than what you would pay on the mainland, yeah.
Alan's saying to Dave, you should get some mops and tammy up polishing paste for your cars. Dave doesn't actually spray clear on top, so he would probably buff through the paint as only. If he was putting clear on top, he'd maybe be able to buff it back. So there's a lot of people going, that's awesome, Vincent. Rad, Yamoto, impressive.
Cheers, guys.
Kenneth M is saying the Yamoto anime has the best intro song.
Oh, I listened to like live orchestra versions, the extended version of the reworked series intro. Yeah, I listened to all of them when I finished that model. I just sat there in a dark room with that model lit up and all those songs just going in the background. Yeah.
You weirdo.
It's good music, Dave. It's well written music, to be fair, on that series.
Actually, I'm like that. I play Skyrim, and
did you take another video, Dave?
There's one Swedish woman sings it absolutely amazing. So yeah, I can't really scorn.
Yeah, if Fox was here, he would immediately know which songs I put on, because Fox is an amazing fan of the show itself as well, which is why he got the model.
Yes, but Fox listens to Hammond lift organ music.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
It's quite funny because I don't know about the guys in chat. I mean, I've never really got into watching anime at all. Not even the hentai and the sort of stuff. I was brought up with Tom and Jerry, Roadrunner, Acme things blowing up the Roadrunner and all that kind of cartoons, and Waskaway Wabbit and all Elmer Fudd and all that. I think is it a millennial thing, animes, or is it a big American? I know it's Japanese, obviously.
It's definitely not a millennial thing, because like the original Yamato series is early 80s, and even back then they had an English American translation of it.
Yeah, it's just something I've never.
I think it's just a matter of not having met the right anime. Because within anime there is a variation of genres as well, where it's like there's really kiddie stuff like Naruto and Pokemon, of course, but then there's really grown up stuff as well, which like Gundam, surprisingly enough, has a lot of grown up.
5 minutes.
Oh god damn it!
Got you.
Somebody's finished.
But anyway, yeah. Oh, look at that, Tommy. Well done.
Let's go on to Tommy now, just for 2 seconds, man. We'll come back on to it. But
That's what you did.
I catch that. Oh, look at that.
Tommy started this at the beginning of the live hangout, and he spent about half.
Well done, Tommy.
Oh, look at that. Lovely.
Well done, Tommy.
Well done.
He's finished it. Well done, Tommy. That's brilliant. So that's one of these easy fit Rebel kits, isn't it, Dave? Is it Rebel?
It was one Mike sent him. It's Rebel Snapsight one.
Harrier GR7 snap.
Do they come pre-painted then?
Yeah, it's pre-painted, mate. Yeah.
So you just
it says snap fit. Some of the bits are very tight, some are very loose. Glue is really needed for some bits, but for for a kid to build, they're brilliant.
To be fair, you get that with Bandai as well. Like normally Yamato is supposed to be snap fit, but when it comes to like tiny antennas and stuff like that,
yeah,
you're reaching for glue. Yeah, you're reaching for glue.
I'm just going to quickly catch up on the chat. Kenneth M was saying he watched a tank rescue YouTube video, and he was very surprised by how big and heavy tank tracks actually are. They are huge. Now I know Mike, when he was in the army, you used to drive the 432s, Mike, didn't you? Did you ever have a track come off in a 432?
I've changed many a track, yeah.
They're
very big and they're very heavy as well.
There's a trick to it, though, isn't
it? Take into account that the 432 is relatively small tracks, isn't it? Like narrow.
Yeah, but even then.
Okay, you can change them if you like. You let the sprockets do the work with a length of rope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sprockets do all the lifting for you.
Oh yeah, like you sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's quite clever that.
You wouldn't want one landing on your toe. That's for sure.
Good old track bashing as well, Mike.
Aye.
Oh, the pins back in again, eh?
Whack them pins in.
Because when you get them close together, you actually get a ratchet tool for ratcheting the two links together, don't you? And then you batter the pin in. Is that right?
Absolutely, Smack the pin in, Yeah.
Johnny Blythe is saying, thanks for all your help, guys. I know from experience it can be boring for other people to keep reading and hear about the same subject. No,
we're here to help.
You learn stuff if people didn't answer your question. I mean, I don't claim to know everything. I mean, I can be sitting there hanging out and I'm going, I've come across something, I'm not quite how to approach this. Mike, have you got any ideas? Dave, have you got any ideas? Colin? And we bounce ideas off each other, and that's how you learn. You're always learning in this hobby.
Yeah, if you were to watch the E-Models live hangouts from a year ago, I asked some stupid questions in those, like some really obvious questions. But if you don't ask them, and you don't find the answer yourself, how are you going to progress?
I'm a great believer, and there's no such thing as a stupid question. That's only stupid answers. You know?
Fair enough. That is right. That is right.
No such thing as a stupid question. It's only stupid answers. You either answer the person's question or you go, you should know how to do that. If you didn't ken and you didn't ask. I mean, when I was learning as a mechanic, how do you learn? I mean, the guy's taking an engine to bits, you know, and you go, well, what's that you're undoing there and what does that do and why is that connected to the ankle bone and why does the horn peep every time you do that? And if they don't explain it to you, you're never going to learn anything. So there's no such thing as a stupid question. There might be newbie questions that some people might mistake for stupid questions, but it's not. It's sharing experience, and that's what the whole dungeon philosophy and our little group's about.
Yeah.
We're not trying to sell anybody any products, but if I find a kit that's really nice, we'll go, I bought this and it's really, really nice, you know.
Yeah, but we want to stick to a brand, is what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, and just
that one's really nice.
Oh, Dave, let's get this up on the big screen. I like this.
Oh, yeah, show that card. I love that card.
Shiny. Right, Dave, on you go.
This was a Revell 23 quid it cost. It's an absolutely fantastic kit to build. Beautiful kit. Yeah, it was gorgeous to build. Everything about it. The only thing I was slightly disappointed with is, just not the mirror off again. It's the netting, the driver's netting. Thinking about it, I should have put that out. Yeah, thought it would have been nicer, or actual netting, like Tamiya give you for the front grills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been nicer than that big lumpy plastic thing. But apart from that, if you want a nice kit to build.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but can't you get like entire sheets of that netting to just cut the size?
You probably could do, mate. Yeah, but that's aftermarket stuff. I don't really do that.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Can you take some pictures of Tommy's plane and put it in the dungeon?
Yeah.
So they can have a better look at it.
The guys can have a look and comment on it.
Just gonna have fetch a light and be right back.
Ken FM obviously is talking to Johnny Blythe. There's an Australian, because we've got some folk from down under, and they're shrimping the Barbie and all that folk in tonight, and they're obviously is saying that there's an Australian modelling swap and sell Facebook group that's really good, so you can ask if anyone has things you're after. Right, well, we're talking about anime and stuff. Tony Black, now, I have no clue what you're on about, but he says he's got most of the Studio Ghibli DVDs.
Studio Ghibli, yeah.
You know that, yeah. Dr. Sprue's going, times have changed, Terry. Yes, I am an antique. Yeah.
Wait, who only figured that out now?
Yeah, Tony Black saying there have been anime programs on Brit TV for years. I just suppose it. You know, I like to slapstick off meat. All that,
give it a try, to be fair, because there's a lot of animes where there's a lot of humor in it as well as serious stuff. Yeah.
Right.
The one I watched. I've never really watched anime, Terry. I watched one called Knights of Sidonia.
Right.
Yeah. That is a recent mech. Like when you watch anime, that is mecha based. That is one of the staples recently. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was all right.
We've got
on
nice
Netflix, right?
We've got some nice comments coming in about Tommy's model. Tony Blackson's nice job, Tommy. What's John Mountain on about? What about Marine Boy, Smoo? What's Marine Boy?
Marine Boy was yeah, that was like a Thunderbirds type.
Oh, I like Thunderbirds and all that, but yeah, that's Super Mario Nation, though, isn't it? Yeah. Lee Barlow's in. Evening, Lee. He's went, great job, Tommy. Dean Briggs is saying that's cracking, Tommy.
Me fan club going here, aren't we?
Davey, you've got one for Dave. It says, for your cars, try this Tamiya gloss coating varnish. He's even gave you a code number. Got his off at eBay, Hong Kong supplier. You use it like polish at the end of the build. John Mountain, Mike's brother, saying, well done, Tommy. Kenneth M, awesome work, Tommy. Make sure you take some pictures of it post your work.
I will do. We'll do it after this because we're using the phone, the camera phone for the
Yeah, so that means you would disappear. Sergeant Bones is saying, change some M1A1 tracks, then you know what heavy is. Yeah.
Imagine, yeah.
That's a fair chunk bigger than an FE 432 in it.
I'm laughing at Alan there. He's going, changing tracks, too much hard work. That's why he joined RAF.
Yeah, he was a real
I'm saying nothing.
Yeah, Bill Cream boy, yeah.
What's RAF's motto? Is it? Or something? I can't remember now. Lee Barlow went, what's an airbrush? Right, we're just going to scroll down a bit.
It's something I curse at when it's got plugged.
What did you mention? What did you say?
Yeah.
I thought you said something to the butt plugged or something.
No, it's like he asked what is an airbrush, and I said it's something I shout at when it gets plugged.
Oh, when it gets plugged. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were on about,
yeah, of course you did. Yeah. Always assume the worst.
Shane's
on, man.
We've already commented on this, but Shane was saying he'd like to see Tommy's playing the dungeon if possible to get a better look.
Night, Tommy. Night, Tommy.
Maybe.
Night, Tommy.
Night, Tommy.
Night, Tommy. Well done, young man.
I'll still go for this video. I'll watch it.
We'll watch it tomorrow. Good boy.
You can watch yourself back on telly. I think he enjoyed that, Dave, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Yeah, he's had fun.
Oh my God, Alan was a Rupert. Hey everyone, Alan was a Rupert in the RAF.
Was he a Rupert?
Was he a Rupert?
Yeah.
With the map and no idea.
No wonder they kept getting lost.
Yeah.
Give him a map.
Looking for all the landmarks. Oh, there's an airport.
So, Dave, when's Tommy's birthday? Maybe you should get him on the pool as well.
Yeah, it's on the 16th of this month.
10 days.
We'll sort something off here. We'll sort something off here.
Yeah, I'd love to do something for Tommy myself, to be fair.
Sort something off here, mate. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
So Tommy's birthday's the 16th of this month?
Yeah, don't tell him.
Right, okay.
Keep it secret from him.
Right, don't mention it in here, because he might
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Right, Kenneth, where do you put the straw to blow air into your air tank to do airbrushing? Well, Dave Weiser, I'm going, Mark the Barker's wife, she who farts in bed, has a special pipe, but it doesn't smell very nice when it comes out the airbrush. I'm just waiting for Pip to come back in a comment now. The second word will be off.
You're wacky when she says it.
Lee Barlow said you would need a good set of lungs to do that. But actually, when you think back to the early days of airbrushing, I mean, it's mentioned quite a lot. JCB inner tube, with it, blow it right up, Schrader valve on, into your airbrush, before all these cheap Chinese air compressors came across. So, yeah, there was a lot of innovative stuff. People using pumps out of fridges and stuff to make airbrush compressors. John Mountain said, "Great car, Dave." That was obviously the one that you were showing there. Kenneth M was saying, "Mike Mountain, you're an ideas man. That's a great method." What was that? What was that about again, Mike? Oh, aye, for the pulling track.
Tractor tire in the tube.
A tractor tire in a tube. Yep. Dean Briggs is saying 3 mice in the airing cupboard. Which one is in the army? The one on the tank.
Yeah.
Kenneth M is saying Parasite's a good anime, very graphic but good.
Oh, not seen that one.
I'd be as well going translator to aisle 1 because I've never watched it.
When we're off in a non-live hangout, I'll send you some anime I think you would watch.
No, just send me hentai. I'm not interested.
To be fair, a lot of it. If you like, say, I like this in a real life action show, then often you will find something anime related to also go along that lines of interest. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Paul Lloyd, hiya Paul. Oxy gum for Marine Boy. I see Marine Boy. See, we're starting talking about things I know nothing about. Kenneth M has asked me, have I tried the glue you bought with the fine needle tip? Yes, I have, and I love it. It is. I'm just getting it. I'll do a review on it on my channel. Actually, this stuff. It's the hold on, I'll just click on me mouse. What? It's the GS Hypo Cement. Comes in a little tube like this. And the only way to describe it, I mean, my daughter and my brother's got type 1 diabetes, right? So they use syringes to inject themselves. And the applicator on it, I've probably got a bit of glue on it. It's so fine. It's almost like a
hypodermic needle, yeah.
It's got a little. The hardest bit about using this glue, unfortunately, is trying to get this little bloody pin back in. Right, it's in. I've used it on the clear parts. What I find it's really good is if you've got painted parts and you want to put another bit on, if you use, you sometimes manage it with extra thin. You can sometimes manage it. Actually, the MIG's quite good because it gets a grip quite quick. But it can kind of tarnish the paint round about it. And if you use super glue, you can get fogging because of the vapors that come off. This stuff dries perfectly clear. And I mean, they use it, the jewelers use it, jewelry,
set jewels,
optics and stuff like that. It's great stuff. Some people actually glue their whole kits together with it, but it'd be quite expensive. I got a couple of tubes. I think it was a tenner.
Yeah, but if you start gluing kits together with it, wouldn't you miss the benefits of it cementing together, basically forming one whole of plastic rather than bits of plastic stuck together?
It's got uses, and like say you paint the body of the car and then you need to glue a door handle onto it. You can use that stuff and put a wee dab of that and stick it on, and it's not going to destroy your paintwork.
To do the mirrors afterward rather than already stick them on and risk pinging them off, you would glue them with that. Yeah. I've actually been looking at that stuff on Amazon. I've got a whole list on Amazon I want to order, but yeah.
I'm really liking that, especially if you've painted something. And the other thing that's good for, I mean, if you're doing resin stuff, you can either use 2-part epoxy or you can use that.
Yeah, which is why I've been looking at it, because it looks like a dream solution for PE and resin. Yeah.
I mean, if it will stick jewels and gems and that into watches and jewelry.
Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be perfect for small PE.
Obviously, if you pin if you're doing a bigger resin bust or something, you want to pin it.
Yeah.
Super glue doesn't really hold it. I'm going to give that stuff a go because messing about with 2-part epoxy is quite messy and it's not very accurate, and that's really accurate. So I'm going to be testing it.
It depends. You can always use fast setting epoxy, but then you've got the issue of it being fast setting, so you've only really got 5 minutes of working whatever you mix a batch.
The way they tell you to use that is basically put your fine bead on, let it go tacky, and then stick your parts together. You can use it on PE as well. It sets in 10 minutes, but it takes 24 hours to cure. So you can use it on photo etch parts as well, and you're no stick. It doesn't stick your skin together.
Plenty, yeah. Because like I said with the epoxy, because I use this stuff. A lot of people will know this from their super glue brands, but they also do epoxy. So Z-epoxy. This is the 5-minute setting stuff. Also comes in 30-minute. But the problem with it is, yes, you've got 5 minutes to wiggle it, but your batch that you've mixed together is only good for 5 minutes as well. So you're like, on the other hand, you've got time to put that piece on precisely, but you don't have time to work a lot of pieces because of it drying in the pot.
Yeah. Whereas that GS Hypo stuff, you've got to keep cleaning the tip and that, and obviously it's got a really fine
you would be
that goes inside the syringe part to stop it gumming up and everything. So,
you would be cleaning the tip with super glue as well, to be fair.
A few us guys have Colin's quite often when he's sitting in a hangout, he does a lot of the little small, I think they're 1/10 scale resin busts and that. You can get all the different ones. And he'll sit and it's just nice and relaxing, just sit and paint them while we're hanging out and all that. So quite a lot of us have ended up with some resin figurines. Yeah. I'm waiting on some more coming. There's a Russian guy on the flea base does them, and they're all right. They're recasts, but I mean, for £10 to £15 a bust if you want to get into your figure painting, and you've got to put heads and arms and that on them, and you didn't want to be messing about with 2-part epoxy. I'm going to try that GS Hypo. So once I've tried it on the resins, I'll do a proper review on it. But yeah, you can use it photo etch and everything. Brilliant stuff. Really, really like it. All right, go catch up on the chat again. There was a lot of folks saying night, Tommy. So Tommy's obviously away to bed, so I'll read out these comments so that when Tommy watches it back, you can see it. So Shane Young has went, good night, Tommy. See you next week. Kenneth M has went, good night, Tommy. Great effort. Not many people can say they finished a model in one sitting. There you go. Right.
Unless your name's Dave.
It runs in the blood, doesn't it?
Yeah, takes after his dad.
Right, we've maybe missed on. Right. I was talking about. We were talking about putting pipes in places and she who farts in bed and that. And Kenneth M went, "Is that the real reason that you wear a respirator when spraying?"
Yes, it is. Yes, I wait for bed now.
The smell of lacquer would actually be a relief to Dave.
Yeah.
Alan, one about the glue he recommended. Actually, I think it was Neil that put me onto it. Actually, yeah, that's a good glue. Kenneth M's bought a couple of tubes to try. He's mentioned it's good for PE. What's it called? Smoo the glue? No, I've got my own Smoo glue, which is no, that's my tummy extra thin. I make my own Smoo glue. It's the same colour, funnily enough. Yeah, flesh tones and Smoo glue. We'll not go there. Right. What's the glue called again? It is called
GS Super GS Hypo Cement.
Cement. If you go into the Amazons and type that in, it comes up. I have a feeling that Hero Boy sells it.
Yeah, Alan just mentioned that in the chat.
Aye, it's not that expensive. It's £2 or £3 a tube. But the time I would have got it Hero Boy and put the shipping on, I got the tubes and it shipped from Amazon Prime for free. So I did it that way.
I just bought some on eBay.
For the backlights, mate. They'll come out really well.
I've just got.
Yeah. Aye, Alan's saying it's £3.95 in the UK from Hero Boy, obviously plus shipping. So yeah, it works out about the same. Oh, Dave's trying to show me something. Right, Dave.
Just the back end of my Beetle. I'm chuffed to bits with my lights.
These stripes are showing up. Had it still, right?
You're nearly done with it. What the hell, dude? Stop making us look bad, really.
Shiny.
Get your finger out. Smell ya.
For the guys that are in on the Beetle build, Dave, you did something rather interesting with the rear lights on that.
I did because when you look at them, they're just flat with a hole. They look really weird. So what I did was I got my little guest appearance, Mr. Tommy Walsh.
Tommy Walsh.
The old 2-part epoxy, and I mixed up a tiny little bit, and then on a cocktail stick, and then just hung it upside down so the drip formed into
I wonder if I could do that with that GS Hypo stuff.
I don't know. There we go.
Just put a big blob on and then hang it up and see. Yeah. I like the way you've got the two stripes in it, the thick one and the thin one, because we were sort of goofing about and hang out, and I says, "Oh, what about putting stripes in it, Dave?" And you went, "I know what I'll do." Yeah. Excellent. Right. Where do we want to hear? And as I can't remember, it was Vince that was talking about, you've got a few things to glue together. Kenneth M saying he finds a 2-part dries when I'm a quarter away through gluing because it's going off whilst you're gluing.
Yeah. The only 2-part I don't have that with is JB Weld, but that takes 24 hours to set and cure properly.
Right, I haven't used that. Tony Black says he's just ordered some of that glue on eBay, $3.29 free delivery. So there you go. Do search about. Looking forward to trying it. Dean Briggs saying his milliput is fantastic. I haven't felt the need for milliput. Generally, fillers wise, I use my Smoo glue or my sprue glue, and then if there's any little stuff I need done, I just use perfect plastic putty after that. But I'm not doing a lot of aircraft where I've got to fill and rescribe and stuff, so I can't comment on milliput or anything. So I'll leave it to the other guys if they use any other fillers.
I've got milliput, but I actually don't use it as a filler. I tend to use Mr. Hobby White putty as a proper filler, or the plastic putty for small gaps. But like milliput is lovely if you've got like bombers and stuff like that, where you've got the canvas tarps on the inside to cover up bits and bobs. You can reproduce it with that. So yeah.
Is it a 2-part, that milliput? Is it you roll one wee bit?
It's a 2-part. Yes, it is a 2-part. But it's lovely to actually do a sort of scratch building / sculpting. Yeah.
Gives you time to sculpt it if you want to sculpt a part. Then
you sort of let it semi-set, so you've got your thin sheet basically. You put it in place, and then you would use something like, what are they? These silicone brushes to actually start sculpting folds into what's supposed to be fabric in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can use it for sculpting, then right. I've not tried that yet, so that might be something I might like to try in the future. Do you use any other fillers or anything, Scott?
Yeah, it's just really Smoo. Or there's some perfect putty somewhere. Or green stuff, if it's a big gap to fill. It's just like a two-part stuff as well.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think one of the guys, the guy that's doing it, sorry if I can't remember the names, it takes me a while to learn people's names. The Beetle build that's on in the dungeon where he's doing it all banged up and all that. There was green stuff on that, I think. So is that one of these two-part ones that you mix up, or is it?
Yeah.
Or is it horrible? Like, now, I don't know if anybody can remember this stuff. This is the worst filler I've ever used in my life. And it's, can anybody remember trying to work with that?
Correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, Scott.
It might be handy for making something in a dive. But that's it. I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't put that near a model. That's nightmare stuff.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, but isn't the green stuff two-part quite similar to Milliput in the way it works?
Yeah, it's a bit softer.
A bit easy, a bit more malleable to work with, basically.
Yes, yeah.
It might be
Excuse me, sorry.
Might be quite interesting to get because Milliput is quite dry and quite tough to work with even before.
Give me a second.
I got a dry throat there, so I'm getting some iron brew. It's made in Scotland for girders, you know.
That's some goodness.
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah. I've seen it actually.
Army paint or what stuff's that, Scott?
That's green stuff. It's actually blue and yellow, and you mix it together and it goes green.
Oh, so it's so one is the sort of filling agent, and one is a hardening agent.
Yeah.
A bit like if you're mixing up P38, you put a wee bit of hardener in and...
Yeah.
Same idea.
What ratio do you do that? Is it 50-50, just the same amount to each?
It's 50-50. You just mix it together.
So it's foolproof then, just cut a same size bit off, mix it together Right, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty idiot proof. And you can do sculpting a bit as well.
Kenneth M, obviously relating to Dave's car, says looks nice, Dave.
Thank you.
Sergeant Bones is asking, how does one move a posted pic to his album in the dungeon? If I remember rightly, if you go into the picture, your actual picture, there'll be 3 wee dots appear, and you can click on that, and it'll go move to album.
Exactly.
And if you haven't got an album made, it lets you make one up. I would need to check on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what you do. Or if you already created an album, then you can go to your picture and just... on the
add it to that,
3 dots and just click on it, and it'll give you the option of which album to move it to. Kenneth M saying he sometimes uses epoxy sculpt to glue resin figures. I haven't used that either. What's epoxy sculpt? Is that just another one of these two-part things?
I don't think so.
I believe it is. It might be a pre-mixed one because you do have those as well.
Really apologising for coughing here. I've got that advice. Right. Paul Sharpman's got the same problem as Sergeant. You know, you're working with two-part epoxies. They do kind of go off if you've got a lot to do. So you've got to mix up small batches, do what you've got to do, make up another small batch. So definitely going to get that GS Hypo cement I go because I've got 3.
I haven't tried because Z-Epoxy makes a 30-minute variant as well. That might be interesting. But what I found with like my JB welders is 24-hour set and cure. And the problem with that is you can only work with rather large bits that don't slide around that you can properly pin into place. If you want to do small bits with it, it's useless.
Well, as I say with that GS Hypo, basically you put a little daub on until it goes tacky, and it dries within 10 minutes. So it's pretty solid within 10 minutes, but it does take 24 hours to cure. I've got a few little resin models. Some of these guys may have seen these. This one might not show up very well, but this is a female stormtrooper. So I've got arms and stuff to...
Is that the sexy black woman stormtrooper?
Well, she's got long hair. I'm going to do a blonde.
Oh, that's Darth Vader one.
She's standing there, swept back, and she's lifting the helmet up. I've also got... most of it's wrapped up there, but this is a pit girl with leather biker gear on, and this one's well wrapped up. It's an angel. It sits on a pedestal, and I've got another couple of ones. I've got an elf archer. It's actually a metal one, which I haven't done a metal one before. Where she's it's a full length figurine, a 70 to 80 millimeter figurine, where she's drawing a bow from a quiver. And I've ordered a 1/10 bust, again an elven archer, but she's drawing the bow, but it's just sort of for the midriff up, so it's a bust.
Is that your MMO gaming experience coming above?
I like my MMO gaming, and I like playing elven archer characters, so that's why I went for those. And it's a guy that's on the flea base, a Russian guy. Colin uses them a lot, and he does some really cracking. So I mean, you can get all these wee busts and figures for £15 a pop plus shipping. I mean, I ordered 2 from him, and it was, I think they were £15 each, and combined shipping was £8, and it takes between 10 and 20 days to get to you. Some of the guys have already got theirs. I mean, Dave got his.
Mine turned up today. I put her clothes on because she was quite rude, but she's still a bit.
Yeah. Oh my God, she's got some Bristol.
It looks like that looks very Assassin's Creed Black Flag, that figurine.
Well, it's a pirate, and it's got
she's got that, and she's got a parrot that sits on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's got a very Assassin's Creed Black Flag feel to it.
That bit in the front,
very lovely.
off, Dave, doesn't it? What does it reveal underneath?
Very large boobies.
Very large, following the Madonna with the big boobies. Yeah,
the fall of Madonna with the big boobies. Yeah.
Oh, fly stones. So yeah, Colin's kind of got us into all these, and I'm especially with Alexa doing all these wee Warhammer figures and all that. Yeah, I like gluing styrene together and stuff, but I'm getting quite into the brush painting sort of thing as well, and I want to practice flesh tones and stuff. So, I mean, it'll be £15 model that you can just sit and, you know, you don't have to worry about getting your airbrush fired up and that. Just brush
and slap it together, basically. Yeah.
Slap it on.
Because the same evening that you glue it together, you can basically start priming it and painting it. Because primer paint ready in 20 minutes. Yeah.
Resin stuff typically has mold release on it, so make sure you wash them with soapy water and everything.
Yeah, the only exceptions to that would be like the high end, the really expensive stuff like Edward, Alpine Figures. There's a couple of other brands like the mainstream resin brands that you won't find. You find
military figures and stuff.
Yeah, like Alpine, the more expensive military resin figures and stuff. Those will be pre-washed. But then again, you're paying for that.
We're still on about sculpting clays, and I don't know, just stop the chat, so stop what is in past. Tony Black says he's used air drying DAS for sculpting. Well, I have got a pack of the DAS air drying clay, and I've got a few little sculpting tools. I haven't tried sculpting. I don't know if I'm any good at it. But you know, I might try.
It's a lot of practice.
I think if I was starting to sculpt in, I'd try and make a fictional, like, alien blobby monster type thing, and then work up to try to do something else. I don't think I could do faces, and you see these people that make realistic faces, and gorgeous work. I don't think I could do that. Make a jerry can, or a wee alien monster, I'd maybe do that. Dean Briggs is saying that Squadron Green works lovely. Is that the stuff?
It's similar to Milliput and green stuff again.
Yeah, so it's 2-part.
Yeah.
It's Davy's car. That was the one that he was doing the bashed up one. He says, Smoo, the green filler on my bug is Squadron Green thinned with cellulose. Some people thin it down with lacquers.
That's what Mr. White Putty and Mr. Black Putty are as well. They're cellulose based, so you would thin it down with either self-leveling Mr. Hobby Color Thinner or the normal Mr. Hobby Color Thinner, or plain old cellulose, which I have a pot of, like plain old cellulose thinners. Yeah.
The only other thing that I've got, it's more what I would call a filler primer. You can get these in different grades, and it's a Mr. Hobby Mr. Primer Surfacer. I've got the 1000 one. Now these are lacquer based. It's basically a filler primer. You get them different grades. That's 1000. You get like 1500 and all that. Some people use it and airbrush it on to give slightly textured effects to things. Now I know some people use it on bikes and stuff like that. But you can brush it on as well if you just want to fill a wee gap. But that's a lacquer-based filler, and that's
what Plasmo uses, isn't it?
Yeah, Mr. Primer Surfacer.
Plasmo uses that and the Mr. White and Black Putty, because basically Mr. White and Black Putty is Mr. Surfacer, but only very, very much thicker.
Right.
And, yeah.
But you can get that stuff in different grades. Some of it is airbrushable, but it's lacquer. You take the top off that, and it's
people sometimes thin it just to use it as a lacquer primer as well.
Yeah. If you want a wee bit of texture, if you want a slight textured surface, use that stuff. But it is a primer filler, so if you're, if you want to prime a model that's maybe got a wee bit of imperfections or scratches in it, you can go in with that stuff. And obviously, there's a different grades, and then when it cures, you can stand at that, and it fills as it primes, as it. Yeah.
Sweeps as it cleans.
Yeah. Kenneth M is saying it's funny how you all have a product that's terrible and you hate it and will never use it on a model, but you keep it just in case and find a use for it. I'm Scottish. I throw nothing out. I've also got one of the worst things that I ever came across when I came back to modelling. I didn't know about setting salt. I've got a bottle of Humbrol Decal Fix, but it's really good.
That'll learn you.
It's really good for cleaning brushes. If you've got a really clogged up brush, I know I've got the where is it?
That Masters stuff, haven't you?
I've got the Masters brush cleaner and stuff, right? Which is great.
It's amazing.
You take the lid off your Decal Fix, stick your brush in it, and take it out in the morning, and all the paints come out of it. Another couple of things that I've got that I bought and don't use, but one of them is actually supposed to be quite good. I then tried the Mr. Mark setter and softer. Now, it's basically the green one's like set and salt. No, the blue one, set and soft.
The blue one's like micro set. The green one's like micro salt.
Set is wet, and the green one's like sol, but it's a slightly stronger than sol.
Yes,
so that stuff's crap. It's milky. It's basically vinegary based, right? So I didn't really like that. I prefer the set. But if you go in with sol and it's not taking it, you might find that Mr. Softer.
Yeah.
Stronger. There's other stuff that you can get. I know Paul at ISM uses one.
There was some amazing stuff at Telford as well. I don't know if some of the Treehouse guys might have picked it along, but apparently that's it comes like in 3 grades, and even the weakest grade is stronger than the Mr. Mark Softer.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it.
I do know that Paul uses one, and
it's going to be that stuff. Yeah,
he goes in with set, then sol, then this other stuff, which is almost like industrial strength. But basically, if you're having trouble getting them to settle down, you can actually go in with neat isopropyl because it might destroy the decal. It just depends on the decals. But yeah, that Mark Softer is slightly stronger than sol. If you're getting a decal, it doesn't want to conform. Right, let's catch up with this. Tony Black's away, he's ducking out.
Right,
See you later, Tony.
Hello, Tony.
I'm just having a little look. Yeah, Paul Lloyd, evening Paul, says he loves his bottle of Mr. Dissolved putty. I don't know that one. Obviously just another brand of putty. And he's saying, yeah, epoxy sculpt is 2-part. Kenneth's just confirmed it's a 2-part epoxy. You can sculpt and glue and also use water to smooth and feather it out. Alan, yes, my Stormtrooper was off the AliExpress one, but you can also get it for the Russian guy as well. Sergeant Bones went, figured it out. Paul saying the trouble with milliput, etc., is always mix too much and end up trying to think of things to make with the leftover. I've got lots of little worms and pillows.
That's what you get with 2-part epoxy as well, isn't it? Like you've always got too much left over.
Let's make a style.
He sits and sculpts little worms and pillows. What you could do with it, Paul, here's just an idea, is make 1/35 scale sandbags out of it.
I've seen it used. It's quite effective.
I know that Dave did that with the Das Air Dry Clay when you did your World War I trench thing for your mail tank.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It took you days to make all the because
exactly.
I know you can buy all the ready-made 1/35 scale sandbags and that on the Tinterbreads.
Yeah, what's the fun in that?
But yeah, then you're having to pay. Charge type selling money. I don't know if you've got,
actually, there's a brand of sandbags, and it's some sort of paper type sandbag, and they look really realistic, and you can like work on them with PVA glue, and they're like a tenner or 15 quid for like 50 pieces or more.
So the ones I've seen, they look like little.
That's not like Vincent, but when I do that, I'll get me trench.
Yeah. The ones I've seen were like little gel bags, so you can actually deform them and mold them onto each other. They're like wee gel bags.
When you're talking about 200 sandbags.
Right now, I'll click on you, Dave, on the big refret. Right, there you go, pal.
Yeah, making about 200 sandbags. The cheapest way of doing it is Das air clay, believe me. I think it's very expensive.
That took you ages. That took you absolutely.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know, Dave, because about 100 sandbags would be what, one pack of Das clay.
Well, that a pack
So it's about but it's about 15 quid over here for a pack of Das air clay.
Oh no!
Clay. So
it's actually
it's actually cheaper for me to get the
pre-made bags.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but then it took me a week to make them, but it was fun. It kept me out of trouble for a week.
That's a cracking dio, though, Dave. I like that.
He's an awesome diorama, Dave.
Keeping him out of trouble for a week, that's a fucking miracle, that diorama.
The quickest one I ever did was that one I did in the hangout one night, when it took 4 hours.
Well, just while Dave's pulling stuff off, I'll stick him onto the big doofer. You got another one there, have you?
Yeah, this was the entire. I did it one night, wasn't it? It was the Academy.
Oh, you built
the It was the tank and the diorama in 4 hours.
Yeah.
And they're great little kits. Them Academy 135.
Was that no a smaller scale than 135? That was that no 1/48 or 72 or something?
No, it's not 132. I can't remember. Do you know, I can't remember now. No, 148, wasn't it? 148.
It was 148. I didn't think it was 135. It was slightly smaller than.
And the T76, whatever it is, 72.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like 40-part kits, and they were like, boom, bang them together. Great. Good fun. For a quick build.
North now.
What was that, Mike? Sorry.
Northwest Modeler is getting off now, Alan.
Right, Alan.
Thanks for joining us.
Night, Alan. Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Right, I'm just catching up here.
I'm nearly done. Terry, I'm nearly done.
You're nearly done. What, your Beetle?
I've got 2 parts to put on.
Oh, but how many sets of decals?
No, they're done.
So many number plates.
Did you do that on a CD again?
He's done another dial. He's done a curb with a bit tuft of grass and a yellow line and fucking.
Yeah, it's even got the grid.
Yeah, a drain cover.
The council's grid on it. There you go. Done. Ish.
When did we start this? I've got to let you into a little secret here, because I was going to hand over the mic to Colin tonight to basically try and tear Dave and Mike new backsides, because I had my kit all in the box, all in the bag, because we were waiting. I know some of the guys on the dungeon started theirs early because they just wanted to get on with it, but most of you guys in the dungeon were sitting hanging off, waiting for us to go. Right, guys, go. You know. So I was on the hangout on, what was it? Was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. And Colin's and we're chatting away in that. And Dave had sort of showed me what he'd been up to. And Mike had sort of showed me what he'd been up to. And I went, mine's still in the box. I thought we were waiting until Colin was going to start. So seeing as Colin hasn't made it in tonight, I'm going to put him on the spot a little bit. So, because I was going to hand it over. So Colin was in. I says, right, Colin, there's a few guys in the dungeon. They've all got their kits. I know you've got a hospital coming up. What about, because Colin didn't have his kit yet, I'll briefly mention the next one we're going to do after this is the E-Type starter kit. But anyway, Colin's got the E-Type in his stash, but he didn't have the Beetle. And he says, well, you've got a lot on your plate. You've got a hospital coming up. what about you just skip this one out, Colin, and we'll start the build. And it was kind of like, well, why? I says, well, Dave's done quite a bit to his already. He'd primed it. He'd got all the interior done. He'd done all the flocking and all the rest of it. And we're like, right. Mike, go and tell Colin what you've been up to. And Mike's like, well, I've got the roof off mine and I've done all my interior. And I've made a surfboard and all the rest of it. I'm like, Christ, I say, so you guys have started your kitchen halfway through them. So Colin was going to rip the piss out of them tonight. So we decided, I says, right, you know what? We'll go live on Wednesday and just say, right, guys, start your kits, and we'll see where you've got to at the weekend to try and cover up from. Nah. They cheated. They started early. So when Dave turns around and said he's finished his kit, he started it probably, yeah, and he's been bored and he's run out of kit to do, and he's so yeah, they're quite well ahead on theirs, and mine's is not in paint yet, but they've on Wednesday theirs were about done.
The cheap Revel one I've got is still in this box. I mean,
you've not started yours yet.
No.
So yeah, so they were very, very naughty boys, and
no, you did slack a noob, Mike.
Colin was going to rip the absolute piss out of them tonight, but unfortunately, I think Colin's not very well, so he hasn't joined tonight. So I've just put the cheated. So yeah, when they post the lovely work in progress works on the dungeon, you can go, shame on you! You started early, a bunch of cheats. But yeah.
From Malta's off.
Well, Razor, mate. See you later, mate.
No, right.
Jared's asking, how long have you all been building models? Well, I started when I was about 8 till I was about 12. My dad was a lorry driver, and he would bring back like the wee Airfix kits and that. And then I stopped modelling about 14 till I was in my 20s, and I bought a couple of car kits. And then I stopped again, had a family, and came back to it 3 years ago. So I've probably seriously modelling probably a couple of years. What about you guys?
I did the usual model when I was a teenager.
Yeah, same.
And then left and had kids and, you know, a job and career in the army, and then came back to it. I came back to it and started doing 1/350 ships about 5 years ago. And then sort of progressed from there, really. Went from ships, and now I'll build anything.
Mike's got a smile on his face. Oh, Mike's went black to me. Is Mike still here?
Yeah. Have I gone black again?
You've went black again, Mike.
You're not allowed to say that. It's reflectivity challenged. I keep telling you.
Yeah, his camera keeps playing up on him. I can hear his audio. He needs to disable his camera and re-enable it again for some reason. Scott's muted his mic, so obviously spraying at the moment.
All he does is win.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What have you been modelling, Scott?
Yeah, as long as I can remember.
And how long have you been making models?
Yeah, it's just long. Really, honestly, as long as I can remember. Really, like you guys had a break when I was a teenager, early 20s. Then started getting into doing like tanks and things for doing recognition classes with the army. That kind of got me back into modelling. Then kind of got bored with doing tanks and started just sprinting into this, that, and everything. Really.
Yeah, I think with me, the thing that stopped me making models was when you've got a family and stuff, your money's going elsewhere. Once you start building up, you've got a little bit more free cash. But what about you, Mike?
Yeah, same. I stopped in the 80s when the kids were born, and they left school and decided they need, so all my money went into that as well, and then started building again about 12-18 months ago. Yeah. So yeah, and that is just me here, so I can just get on with it now whenever I want. So
turn the whole house into a man cave.
Well, one of the bedrooms is, yeah.
Now I know Vincent looks about 12. Yeah. He's in his 20s. How long have you been modelling?
So I'm 27. I've modelled from when I was about 10 to 15 plastic models. Then my dad passed away, gave it up for like 2 years. And I got back into modelling with wooden ships, like rather small sizes of ships like brigs and schooners like 1 and 2 masters.
Is that the stuff that you basically are given a plan? You've got to steam all the planks and all that sort of shit.
Yeah. You've basically got your keel and your ribbing and whatnot, but other than that,
is that kind of like what Reese does with his RC boats and that, isn't it? Or he's got 5 hulls and stuff, isn't he? Oh, Reese, if you're wondering where Beaker is tonight, he's out driving his ambulance about, so he's busy working for the NHS.
We got busy shifts, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, then I gave that up because it takes a lot of time to get anywhere, basically, with ships like that.
Yeah.
Because of the process. And
did you get bored with it?
Yeah, got bored with it after like about a year or 2. Then went away and got into anime quite a bit during that period.
What did you build in the anime series?
Yeah, then like
would it be those mechanized Japanese?
About a year and a half ago, I started building those. Yeah, and then a year ago, I got my first master grade. Decided I wanted to airbrush it, and that got me rolling. And now I'm building all sorts of stuff. Really.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. Right, so that's that one. Now I'll just catch up the chat. Lee Barlow's been building for 25 years. Rattlecan Rebels having a wee laugh there. Shh, we're watching the Vincent show.
Terry's been building about 25 years. He's going to finish a kit one day.
Oh, fuck off you. Alan's saying 2 years. Paul Lloyd saying he made models as a kid in the 70s, got back into hobby this time last year. Yeah, so there's a lot of us returning to it. I mean, you know, families are growing up, a little bit more free cash, a bit more free time. A bedroom's become free because your kids have maybe grown up and moved out, and you've got now got a man cave. Interesting to hear where you guys actually work. Do you work in a spare bedroom? Have you got a custom built shed or a garage that you've converted, or you know, or is it a tea tray in the living room when the missus lets you do your models? Kenneth M is saying he's actively been building maybe about 6 months. He broke his back. So I couldn't do much, but then I've been able to do more and more.
It's good therapy.
Yeah. Alan was saying earlier on, obviously Alan's away, that Daco decal setting solution is the best. I haven't heard of that one.
It's the one that I saw at Telford. It comes in 3 grades of strength.
Right.
That's
good old Dean saying there's nothing wrong with being a frugal Scotsman. Yeah, throw nothing away. You never know when you'll need it. Paul, thanks for that. Yeah, the stuff that's stronger than the Sol and stronger than the Mr. Mark stuff is called Solvaset. So yeah, if you're doing something, you go set salt and then Solvaset, but it's really, really, really strong. So you've got to be careful because it can kill your decals if you go too far with it. Daco, JS Idaho's been building since the early 80s. Christopher Connebear's in, and he's talking to. They're talking about food. Jared B, your World War One diorama, Dave. He says that was excellent.
Thank you.
And Kenneth M says it was awesome as well. It's gotten a bit dusty though, says Sergeant Bones.
It has.
And Sergeant Bones is saying that's a lovely bug, Dave.
Thank you.
We've got Ray went away. Rattlecan Rebel says dirty Dave.
I am, yeah. Oh, the kit, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
The flesh stones. I think he's referring to the flesh stones that you know, the bit accidentally fell off the front. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Jay Seidel is saying is used a larger chiclets gum as sandbags before. Dissolve the coating in warm water and press into shape on your model. It may sound weird, but does work. I don't know. Yeah. That's maybe an American product, chiclets gum.
It's like our little pallets, isn't it?
All right, okay. And obviously to the question, where are people building? Lee's in his spare bedroom. Paul's in his spare bedroom. So
this is bedroom over here.
Yeah. Jace Idol says my wife and I both have our own art or hobby room. It's great. Yeah. I know Chandra and her husband, they kind of build together as well. Sergeant Bones, extra room. Paul Chapman saying, spare bedroom, started modelling 18 months ago after giving up off-road bike riding. Lee Barlow saying he's only really ever built bikes. He's done hundreds over the years. When I came back to modelling, because I was a biker, I thought, right, I'll get myself a load of bikes, but just to influence off the guys, I do like armour as well. And just like, we'll see somebody get a model and we go, oh, I fancy trying that. And then Flesh Tones and then Warhammer and there's a fire engine. I'll get that, you know. So I'll keep getting distracted.
I have fed the carpet monster.
Oh, yeah. Colin's carpet monster. He says his carpet monster's about 18 stone, I think. Davey UK's saying he started off way back in the 70s and life got in the way. But got back into hobby about 10 years ago. His house is his man cave. Just me and no nagging. Ah, that's the best way. And Christopher Conybear does all his modelling in his bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a bedroom.
I
can't put anything nasty in it, that's the only problem, but
yeah. That's the only thing, yeah. If you want to move into like super shiny and lacquer paints and that, you really need either a good extractor or a spare room. You don't really want to be doing it, even with a good extractor, in the same room that you're going to be sleeping in.
I mean, the good thing about it though is it's not like a shed. I was in here in the snow, you know. I mean, it's nice and warm, and that I'm not out in a cold, bloody freezing shed or a garage.
Yeah.
And I've got myself. I mean, I'm set up. I mean, I chuffed to bits. I've got my PC set up. I've got my Netflix and my Virgin, and you know.
Yeah. So you've got your
Virgin.
Yeah.
Where did you find your Virgin?
So if I come round to yours and you say Netflix and a chill.
Not with you, mate.
Not what we're watching, I hope.
Yeah, not with you, mate. That's you know.
Oh, I want to see your Flesh Tones, Dave. Can I come round for a Netflix and a chill?
Yeah.
That's an image we really don't need.
Yeah. So yeah, Lee would like to have a go at bus as well. Yeah, it's Colin. It's kind of influenced us on that. I did buy those 3 little resin things before Colin started showing us all his lovely Flesh Tones that he's doing. But yeah, he's kind of getting us all into it now. Jared saying,
yes, Kenneth, Virgin.
Sorry?
I'm just saying to Kenneth, yes, Virgin.
That was in reply to J.S. Idaho's comment. Carpet monster demands a sacrifice. Yes, a virgin. Christopher Conybear, he models in his bedroom. Jared, spare room, but just made a portable bench so he can build in the living room. I think we showed that on the dungeon pictures. Yeah, he's got a quite small, but it's, you know, when you think about it, that's sort of your working area anyway. You get a bigger bench, you just put more crap on it. Hey, Vincent.
Well, yeah, of course.
Chris has got models in his spare bedroom too. Started modelling again about a year ago after a 40-year break. So yeah, we're all pretty much in the same boat. Right, I'm kind of running out stuff to chat about tonight because I've not been building much.
Then?
Hey?
Nothing new there then.
Aye, well, my sleep patterns went autopilot though. I'm, you know,
yeah,
I'm waking up in the middle of the night when everybody else is asleep, so I can't sit and hang out and chat to folk, and then I'm feeling tired when everybody else is getting up and sort of so, and I find it quite hard to do figure painting at night, even with all the lighting that I've got and everything. You know, even just sitting doing these wee Warhammer things and sitting painting away at them, it's quite hard to see the detail at night, even with an Optivisor. That's maybe a question for you guys as well. I mean, my eyesight's not bad. I mean, I can sort of work like this on my models and see what I'm doing because I'm short-sighted. But even looking at my monitor screen here, it goes a bit fuzzy, so I need my glasses for eye correction for distance. But I'm quite good with close-up, but I'm finding when I'm doing really close-up work now, I'm having to resort to one of these babies. I'm finding that actually, even though my sight's okay close up, using the optivisors help me with fine detail and figure painting. So do any of you guys find you need to use magnification or anything at the bench? Kenneth is saying he likes how Vincent, it looks like the area he's working on is about 1 inch square. Yeah.
It's all about what I need at the moment working with these PE parts, but I would love it for them to stop pinging off after I've glued them on.
Oh, well, you can always try sticking them in your face so you know where they are. So you're doing it. You're not. You see, when the carpet monster bites, you need to get down on your hands and knees, Vince.
I've got it.
You've got it. The carpet monster hasn't taken the sacrifice. Yeah, so we're lacking numbers tonight. As I say, Colin's not well. Reese is working. Paul's usually in. I don't know what's up with Paul tonight. He's maybe away eating some super hot chili somewhere. Expat saying he has to wear optivisors all the time. He's blind as a bat these days. What about you guys? I mean, I know Dave uses his visor of seeing small things. What about you, Mike? Do you use optivisor quite a lot?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I use my optivisor.
What, Dave? What's that on top of that? New Industries looking at small things device. Yeah, so you use your optivisor a lot as well, Mike, as well, yeah?
Yeah, mate, yeah.
What about you, Scott? Working better than him on.
Oh, I can see some funny digs coming in here. Jared says he has great eyes. 20/20 vision. Kenneth Emerson says, Mike Mountain, did you just like my Instagram?
Yes, I did, mate.
I was wondering if that was a bit up our state because Colin and Mike and all that were saying, oh, I'm on Instagram now. I'm putting pictures up on Instagram. My Windows phone doesn't do Instagram. So they were all taking the mickey out of me because I made an Instagram account, but I can't do anything with it because my phone doesn't work in it. Paul Lloyd says, I'm like you, Smoo. I find the optivisor helps a lot for small detail painting. Yeah, I didn't think I needed one. Just for general, like, you know, building like a bike or something like that. I can see perfectly well up there on the airbrush, and it's just when you get into the fine, like doing tiny little, you know, faces and little bits of armour on little guys 35mm tall, and I can look at them and I can see it, but with the optivisor you can just zoom in that wee bit better on them. So I'm definitely finding it's quite weird though, because I had my optivisor on the other night. I can't mind, I needed to get some through for the living room. I think it was a packet of fags. I went through the living room, but I still had my optivisor on, and it's really disoriented, bumping into things. And it's quite funny. Lee Barlow says he's off, lads. See you all next week. Great show. Thanks for joining me. Chris Henderson says Yoctosun magnifying glasses for Amazon. Have a look.
Yeah, I've got an optivisor type thing, and then I've got a jeweler's visor as well with slightly higher magnification.
Oh, a jeweler's one?
Yeah, because I'm working with the really stupidly fine Edward stuff a lot, so I figured might as well.
Were you going to say something there, Dave?
Yeah, I'm just saying the old optimisor. The only thing is you've got to remember to take it off before you go for a piss.
Yeah. Objects in the mirror made what they are, and
yeah, risk of sudden bursts of confidence happening when you go to a planet.
Well, I can actually find it when he's got his optivisor on, Dave?
Yeah.
I guess that's why Dave's got a light on his, because he's cuddling up to see who farts, and it's like, right, Dave, get the optivisor out so we can find it, mate. Like, sorry.
Enough, it fills a pram.
Kenneth, he's got over 100 likes for his anime figure on Instagram. Yeah, it's quite good for putting your artwork out there. Yeah, I've not got the tech. Jace Idaho is saying, as he travels further into his 40s, optivisor is a must. Also, lots of light helps me. Yeah, I do find, even though all these daylight lamps and everything, at night time, you're trying to get daylight in Scotland's quite bad, because we're all pale blue. And it must be worse for Scott up in Orkney, because you get even less daylight, don't you, in the winter.
Yeah, winter time we have just like 6 hours daylight at middle of winter. It's pretty grim.
Yeah. But what about in the summer? Though? Is it like daylight all the time?
Complete opposite in summer.
Yeah. Kenneth's laughing at Vincent. Right. I don't know how the rest of you guys feel, but I'm thinking about the viewers are dropping off. We've not got such a big team on the night. I was thinking maybe just calling it a night a wee bit early.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Because I think you're working tomorrow, Dave, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I've got to go up at 6.
You're up at 6 in the morning anyway. Kenneth saying, last thing you want is your Optivisor on and your tweezers in your hand when you go to the bathroom, Dave.
Yeah.
So exactly what Dave wants.
Yeah, low light conditions as well in North Idaho. Yeah, it depends how far above the equator you are and all that sort of thing. Yeah, so yeah. As I say, bit of a slightly shorter show this week because we're lacking on numbers. Normally I've got more people to bounce off of and stuff like that. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. Next Saturday we might be light in numbers again because Colin might be in, Colin might not. I know it's about a week's time he goes into hospital for his big op. Thanks everybody for joining in. If you're not a member of Smoo's Dungeon, which is a Facebook page, do feel free to join, share your work, create an album, chat to us through the week and all that sort of thing. And hopefully we'll have a bit more stuff to show you. As I say, I'm kind of lacking mojo this week myself and trying to get stuff done and not really managing to get much done myself. So enjoy your modelling, happy modelling, have fun at the bench. Do share what you're doing or any new products you come across. But I think, there's a few comments coming up now. Cheers, lads, great night. Thanks for the show, guys. Have a good night. Kenneth saying it's 9 AM here, so time to start the day. Jared, great show, night all. Obviously, Colin isn't in, but if he watches the back, Kenneth M saying good luck for his operation. Paul Lloyd, cheers for the fun, lads. All the best to Colin as well. Christopher Conybear, thanks for a great show. Kenneth M, great show, had fun, thanks for doing it. And Paul Lloyd, night all. So I think without any further ado, I'll let you all go and get some sustenance at the bench or a can of beer or whatever you like doing on a Saturday night. Cuddle up for a Netflix and a chill with your loved one. Dave. So for me, it's a very good night and thank you for joining.
Good night from him.
And good night from me. Night.
Is Mike still here?
Hey guys.
Oh, I think Mike's crashed out, is he?
I don't know.
Mike's went black again.
I'll say night from Mike for you. Night.
We're trying to get Mike to say the night. Oh. Baby UK's gone night all. Thanks for a good show. I think Mike's computer's saying no. So again, next week, same time. Hopefully there'll be more else in, and I might have actually done something at the bench. But again, thanks very much for tuning in, and see you next week. Oh, Mike's there in chat, so he'll say night to you in chat, but his camera's went wonky. So Dave, you got the button?
Who's got the
button? Somewhere.
Scott, have you got the button?
No, Vince, you got it.
No, I can't find it. No, where's the button? Where is it?